happened. The San Antonio Spurs have landed the Mr. Fox. De'Aaron Fox, now a San Antonio Spur. The deal done with the Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls. The Kings will receive Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls, guard Sidi Sissoko from the Spurs, 3 first-round picks, Charlotte's, San Antonio's in 2027, and Minnesota in 2031. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, San Antonio. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman, joined as almost always by Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob.
What's in that bucket of stuff? I want what you're drinking. I'll have what he's having.
This is
that was a morning-gasm right there.
This is Maverick tears.
Wow.
This is Maverick
Is
tears.
that is that some iced? I gotta
Sucking down Mavs tears, baby.
iced Mavs tears.
Man.
You know, I don't know in the grand scheme of life. You know that you always wonder about the subterfuge and the black helicopters and the power base that controls the world behind the scenes.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati. You think Jerry Jones somewhere out there orchestrated the craziness that happened so that we could talk about other stuff? You know, the best thing that ever happened.
I don't think Jerry Jones likes us to talk about other stuff.
Well, the best thing that ever happened to Jerry Jones, and he didn't know it at the time, was when Sheldon Adelson bought the Mavericks right out from underneath Mark Cuban. He didn't realize the long-term benefit of now having another franchise in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex more despised than the Cowboys. In a matter of days, they went from, I'm never watching the Cowboys again, I'm burning my uniform, to they traded Luka?
Yeah.
Poor Mav fan. Poor Dallas fan. What a week they had.
Well, I haven't seen, I'm going to wait until Claymore is on.
Oh, there's lots of sad Mav fans today. And they're going to justify.
I got to poke at Claymore. So, Claymore, if you're there, show yourself.
He's a man. He'll show up.
Because I got to tell you something, Bubba.
But we're here for you, brother. Hey, that, and then, very quickly followed by, I'll tell you what, Brian Wright. He just, no matter what he does from now on, no matter the rest of his career, just like Bobby Marks will forever be remembered for the Brooklyn Nets trade that brought down a franchise and his job, made him unemployable for the rest of his life. No matter what he does, from now on, Brian Wright will be the dude that fleeced 2 other teams. And you brought up something really valid that I think we need to, as we digress and look at this trade throughout the day, that the framework for this trade was laid
in July.
I would go, at least as the last framework was July. But in July, these 3 teams were involved in something separate. These guys were already on a conversational level for a long time.
And honestly, I think I'm a big believer in this when you make trades. And this is why, you'll hear me talk about trading draft picks and, I don't really care. Cool. If you want to draft, good luck.
And after 3 years, they don't matter.
When you hear me talking in Major League Baseball and you say, oh, but this is our top prospect. I say, okay, if you can get a player who actually is proven to be good at baseball, I'll take that guy. I believe when you make a trade, the team that comes out with the best asset wins.
Well,
and sometimes an asset can be a draft pick.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
The team that gets the most of their needs met wins. And it could be long-term needs, short-term needs, immediate needs. I think what happened yesterday was all 3 teams met the basic requirements of their needs. But what happened was even beginning in the conversation way back when, I think back in July, there was some conversation, certainly regarding other players. But I do think that Stephen Castle was the wild card here. And he played himself into a situation where the Spurs could not get rid of him, that he has already proven that he is the guy that they drafted. And they held tight. As the other teams manipulated and moved, you could tell the Spurs never wavered. The fact that Keldon and Devin are still Spurs today tells me that.
And Castle.
Well, I kind of felt like Castle was a deal breaker. That there was no way they were going to let him go unless there was something else that was going to shake out of the woodpile that wasn't in this deal. And at the end of the day, Sacramento had to make the move, and they facilitated it, knowing full well that they were giving up, but. They got a guy that can help sell some tickets and get them into the playoffs, which was the plan in the first place. And the Bulls, they get that pick that we weren't going to be able to use anyway back, and they're well on the way to tanking. So they got what they wanted, and the Spurs just made out like bandits.
So back in July, the Kings Spurs Bulls trade. Remember, the Kings got DeMar DeRozan, which. Let's face it, that was a 3-year, $74 million sign-in trade that the Spurs would have never wanted to be in on anyway. So that's not an asset they would have wanted.
And he was a good dude for us.
Yep.
I think they played a role in getting him someplace where he was going to be functional.
I think so too. So the Kings get DeRozan. The Bulls got Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks. The Spurs got Harrison Barnes because the Bulls were trying to just save money, and they got an unprotected pick swap with the Sacramento Kings in 2031, which, again, it's 2031, it's pie in the sky, but if you told me, hey,
we'll put this in the bank for you.
Pick a roster, pick a franchise you might want to trade picks with 5 years from now. The Kings are always a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, you're kind of buying Dogecoin, but it could really pay off.
And quite frankly, Harrison Barnes has been a helpful piece for this team so far this year.
Harrison, of all the guys, I certainly City, it was nice knowing you, but and Trey, we love you, but Harrison played a role this year. That was
Harrison's
unexpected.
Still here. Let's not throw him out. I know you think he's going to be traded. I don't know yet.
We'll see.
I don't know yet that Harrison will be traded.
I think we got 2 or 3 days here of another
it's possible.
maneuver.
But I still like Harrison Barnes. I think they won that. I think the Spurs won that trade.
Oh,
and in this trade, it's like there's no argument for the otherwise.
No,
there's no argument.
There was absolutely the best deal that any team has made so far. They got rid of literally nothing, and how they managed to talk anybody into Zach Collins.
Right.
That alone is worth. What's the GM of the Year award? Well, he's sewn it up. If you can talk somebody into taking Zach Collins,
we were on the plane and flying back from Vegas, and when our flight landed, my phone started ding, and I looked back at Rob, and Rob said, like, I could tell he had seen it too, and he had seen that the De'Aaron Fox, it was a Spur. Now, at the time, I was like, oh wow, they got it done. I wonder what it cost them. And then as I started looking through it, it was nothing.
Yeah, I kept waiting for there's another player to be added, and that was it.
Here's what the Spurs didn't give up. The Spurs have 8 players this year that have played 500 minutes. They kept every one of them. So everybody who's been basically a piece for this year's team, they kept. All 7 first-round picks since 2019 that were still on the roster, Castle, Wemby, Sohan, Branham, Wesley, Devin, Keldon, all still there.
Continuity matters.
All 3 unprotected Hawks first-round picks that they controlled.
Now that is a masterful move. How they managed to keep on to all 3 of those.
Every single trade or first-round swap they'd accumulated through previous trades, and all but one of their own tradable first-round picks, and that's a 2029? Keep it. Some random Timberwolves pick that who knows what it is, and a Bulls pick that wasn't gonna come to you anyway.
Right, and the Bulls, they got back what they should have never gotten rid of. I cannot think of a better outcome, and I can't get past the fact that the Spurs had an offer. They never wavered. You think there was any variation from this? This was the low ball offer.
Yeah.
This was literally their first offer. The lowest ball offer they could have offered was this one.
The picks that they sent out, the 2025 Hornets pick, which is it's a fake pick. It's lottery protected. Do you think the Charlotte Hornets are making the playoffs? Because if you do, I want to sell you some.
Yeah, it's a fake pick.
The 2025 Bulls pick, a fake pick. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Now it might be real for the Bulls because now they can tank.
Suddenly it's real.
Because now the Bulls have incentive to tank.
And now that's what I was saying with this deal. They can go ahead and begin the process that they wanted to do, and that was to extricate. So I still think they're in a move. If there's another couple of dudes on this Bulls team that might be gone in the next couple of days, and one or two of them I actually covet. So there might be some other things happening.
The 2027 Spurs pick, I mean, unless there's some horrific injury, that should be like a bottom 10 pick at worst. You know what I mean? Like that's an end of the first round pick.
Yeah.
And then the 2031 Minnesota pick is like, I don't know. I mean, now
we could be playing games on Mars by then. I don't know.
But so now the question is, Anthony Edwards could be long gone by then. Maybe the Timberwolves suck. But you know what's cool about that? You know what the Spurs still have? The Spurs still have top 1 protected swap rights with the Timberwolves in 2030. So even if the Timberwolves suck by then, hey, cool. The Spurs, they're gonna make money off that anyway.
All I care about is the next 4 years. That's all I care about. 5 years from now doesn't matter. I think most of these picks that we're talking about now might get moved again. These are such vague, nebulous things. What I see now is a team that transformed themselves overnight. Probably the second biggest, arguably the biggest trade in Spurs history, and have now become a contender. They still have money in the bank, and they still have time to do something.
Now, it's not like De'Aaron. You know what? Let's take a break. We'll come back, and I want to be the voice of reason here. I want to. This isn't like a done deal grand slam. I mean, it's certainly a great piece, but there's some stuff that's going to have to work out with De'Aaron Fox here. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about. 1604 northbound, I-10 to 35 right now, about a 15-minute ride. 1604 eastbound, Bandera to I-10, 5-6 minutes. On I-10 eastbound, Loop 410 to 35, that's less than a 5-minute travel time. And no delays right now along 281, 1604 on down to Wurzbach Parkway. Everything rolling at posted speeds in good shape. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for my good friends over at Prize Picks. It is now or never. The big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last big one of the season. And Prize Picks is the absolute best place to win cash while watching the big game. And I'm talking about serious cash, 1,000 times your money. And it is so easy to do. And on top of that, we've got money for you. Just check out the promos tab to tail any of our super sweet Millie winners. Big game lineups, you can get them. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win up to $1 million. That's part of the promo finds. That's why you go to Prize Picks. I'll tell you what, you want some cash? Use the code Alamo. You get $50 instantly after you play your first game. That's a $5 lineup with 2 times the money. Let's go play Prize Picks. You've been putting it off all year long, or you've been playing along with the other 10 million. Prize Picks is the place to be. Go run your game.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business. Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it, and will beat any print quote. Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs. No problem. I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens. Totally. I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing. I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
For decades, Rudy's has been serving Texans incredible barbecue. But they've also been a community champion as well. And now when you visit any of their 4 San Antonio locations, just make a $10 donation to the Puppy Food Bank. And you'll receive a certificate valid for $15 in free barbecue and 2 soft drinks. So do the numbers. That's a $22 value for just $10. You'll enjoy great barbecue for less, and Puppy Food Bank can save more pet lives. Thank you, Rudy's.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, it is done. I can't believe it. De'Aaron Fox now a San Antonio Spur.
We'll celebrate all weekend, and starting Monday at 2, all the reaction. Plus, Texas Tech head football coach Joey McGuire will join us at 3:35.
Can't wait. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, yeah, baby. Happy Monday. Rob and I back from Vegas.
You know, Vic, I asked for Fox songs. This isn't a Fox in here. How many Fox songs can you think of?
One.
What does the fox say? Do, 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 do,
Oh,
do, do,
God.
do, do. Foxy Lady?
Thank God my kids were not young.
Foxy Lady?
Yeah.
There's Foxy Lady. There's something by Samantha Fox. There's a band called Silver Fox.
Okay.
So there's some Fox songs.
There's a couple.
That's just about as bad as the Shark song.
I want to know where Claymore's at.
Well, poor
I'm
Mav
waiting
fan.
for him. I'm waiting. Okay, so here's the thing about, and I'm not trying to poo-poo the deal because I think this is the best deal the Spurs could have made, quite frankly. But we can agree that De'Aaron Fox is 27 years old, and his game is almost exclusively built on speed and athleticism, which means he's not going to get better than he is now. Which he's good enough right now to be very helpful to the Spurs. But you talk about games that age. We were talking during the break. Joker's got a game that will age. De'Aaron Fox does not have a game that will age.
Well, we don't know that yet. He might.
I mean, he's like the fastest person in the league.
So even if he slows down after 5 years, he's still one of the faster dudes in the league, and that doesn't mean his game can adjust. Good pros adjust.
Okay, you're quite possibly right.
But you could very well be right too. I don't know. I just don't know. He hasn't had to yet. I do think his game's going to change a minute. I don't think he's just going to be exclusively a downhill pick and roll dude like he's been in Sacramento, which is his one true trick. Now he's going to have to become a three-trick pony and become a true NBA guy. And I do think he's capable of it because he's going to have a lot of protection to go do it. But you're right. It might not age well. Speed is his stock in trade.
And the other thing is this roster, for De'Aaron Fox to operate effectively, much like for Wemby to operate effectively, requires space. Space is created by guys who can make three-pointers, and the Spurs have no one who can make none of the guys who play regular, I guess Devin Vassell's like a 35% shooter. Everybody else is like 30. It's a disaster.
Well, I can tell you this. They're going to be a lot more open.
Yeah.
If you can hit an open one, you're going to be a lot more open than you were because you're going to have to pay so much attention to the paint now because that's where De'Aaron's headed.
But I do think this. You found a sidekick for Wemby. And I don't know if the time comes when Wemby is competing for titles, I like to think that I don't know that De'Aaron Fox will be the second best player on a Spurs title team, but he could easily be the third. And the other concern is by the time Wemby gets into his prime, is De'Aaron Fox out of his?
No, I don't think. I think we've got at least 5
You got a
years.
juicy window?
I think the next deal he gets will probably be a 3 with a player, probably a 4-year, and he'll be a Spur for the beginning.
See, Eddie says, AJ, stop being negative, bro. I'm just trying to look at it from both sides. I'm not going to come in here and just suck the big black Spur. That's not what I'm.
Well, I think you're going a little too drastic on some of that.
I'm throwing out questions.
No, but I think you are being a little drastic. Yeah, he's 27, but there's not a lot of wear and tear. He's a healthy dude. He hadn't spent a lot of time injured. He plays a style of game that he doesn't get battered. He's not a shooter. He did not add to our outside shooting possibilities, though he's a 25-point-a-night guy, and he always has been and always will be. His threes are and ones, but, that's just kind of how we play. We still have a hole in the middle. We still have some shooting deficit. There's still a ticking clock, but the Spurs now took, if you're looking at the 15 steps to greatness, they just advanced 3 steps over the last 24 hours. They are now gotten to exactly where they wanted to be in July. And they're already here. They're already contending, and they're already in a playoff spot. And quite frankly, they could go win out and just watch what happens to Atlanta. They already have a chip in the game no matter what happens. What's Atlanta lost 10 straight?
Yeah.
So that pick is even more valuable with every passing day.
I think probably the most frustrated team out of this group has got to be Chicago.
Well, they're doing what they wanted.
Yeah, but you know what? They could have done. They can't even figure out how to tank properly because
picking up Zach Collins is a good start.
If you would have just if you would have gutted the roster already, which they should have done.
I think they're still going to move. I don't think they're done.
But you wouldn't have to be trading for this pick back because, if you knew how to tank properly, that pick would have never had a chance to convert anyway.
Well, you know what? That's the chicken and the egg. Is why do we suck?
Yeah, it's like
you traded the deal 2 years ago, and now you're doing even more to get it back.
Yeah.
Why do we suck?
This pick should have never even been questionable to go to the Spurs.
Yeah,
that's on you.
Losers lose and winners win.
They are losers.
But I'll take a couple of their dudes. If you're desperate, they got a post that I like. They got a point guard that I wouldn't mind having either.
You know what else is funny? Next year the Bulls have to give the Bulls have to sign a check to Zach Collins that says $18 million
just for saying goodbye.
Oh my God. If you're a Bulls fan, I'd be like,
no,
tying
I'll tell you
a
what,
noose.
the harder check to write. It won't be for Zach Collins. It'll be for now. You got to pay. Now you got to pay Zach Collins. It won't be for Zach LaVine. Now you're paying Collins. That's what I'm
saying.
Stealing money.
That's what I'm saying. $18 million for Zach Collins.
I thought you were talking still.
No.
Oh, and LaVine.
No.
Just how of all the parts of this deal, of all the parts, the Zach Collins throw-in is just astounding to me. Obviously, it's the dollars. It's the dollars. But the fact that we extricated him, a dude that could no longer get on the floor, literally done.
Dude, if you said, if the deal was, if the Kings said, hey, the Kings and Bulls got together and said, all right, Spurs, here's what we want. You pick whichever three guys you want to get rid of. I don't care. Just get three guys you don't want in the building anymore. It's probably the three guys I would have picked.
It is. That is literally the lowest ball offer when they said, okay, let's see if we can work out a deal where we can go get De'Aaron Fox. And we said, okay, our opening offer, this is in The Godfather. This is Corleone talking to Mo Green. My offer is this, and you pay the gaming license.
Yeah.
And you take Zach Collins. My offer is this.
Yeah.
And, by the way, you're paying Zach Collins' salary. Call me if you like it. And they got the call.
And it's like, if I can't imagine it, imagine you're on a fantasy league and someone came to you with, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Sidi Sissoko, and you were getting back De'Aaron Fox.
Well, as a fantasy commissioner, you avoid the deal.
Everybody in the league is like, this is garbage.
This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
This isn't right. There's collusion. I don't know, man. This is about as good of a deal as the Spurs could have done.
There is no better deal.
Now, again, you're going to have to pay this guy now, and the Spurs knew that when they made the deal, and they're clearly happy to do it.
And it's kind of the beneficiary of having Wemby under the rookie deal. We got the money now.
Yep.
And Keldon and Devin are under very friendly deals. I don't think the Spurs are done. Honestly,
No, I don't think so
over
either.
the next 48 hours we're going to see something.
Well,
quick.
we'll continue that conversation. We'll see what else could fit for them. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head out and about, we do have some patchy fog in areas, so keep those low beams on. Should take you about 20 minutes to get through 1604 northbound I-10 to 35. Almost 30 minutes, 1604 westbound I-10 to 281. I-10 eastbound Loop 410 to 1604, that's 5 minutes. And 281 southbound 1604 to Worspot Parkway, also about a 5-minute travel time. Right now, everything is looking good and rolling at posted speeds. Traffic volume still light. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-858-1199. That's 800-858-1199.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
April breeze, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
On Super Sunday, you could be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm going to only call him the fantastic Mr. Fox going forward. And anytime we talk about De'Aaron Fox, I'm just going to play.
I think we all have to be under assignment to go watch the fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
Underrated stop-action movie.
Is it stop action? Is that what they call it?
I think it is, where you pose the things and they take the picture.
Claymation or something.
I don't know if this one's claymation. Now, Wallace and Gromit, that's claymation.
Okay.
I think this one's more stop action.
I've never heard that, but that term. But okay, I like it. I
could be wrong.
I think you're probably right because it isn't clay, but that is.
Hello, Davey.
That is. I don't like movies that are cartoons or.
No, I'm not. No, you'll lose me.
I hate all that stuff, but I like that movie, and my kids like that movie, and my wife hates this movie.
It's the kind of adult banter hidden as child's conversation.
Yeah, I like that. Also, I think I got a text last night from my wife.
Oh, I knew this reckoning was coming.
At 1 a.m.
I tried. Anybody who's listening, I tried to tell you. I told you a couple of weeks ago.
Now, mind you, at 1 a.m. is like 11, my wife's time, which my wife doesn't stay up till 11, but apparently she was up. I'm guessing she was up balancing the checkbook. Uh-oh. And she said, "Are you awake? I hope you're sleeping, but we have a serious conversation that needs to be held." And
tried to warn you.
There's only one thing that it could be, friends.
It's the Quinn Ewers kaboom.
She's discovered the amount of money I've spent on football cards in the last month. We haven't discussed it yet, but I got a couple real good Josh Allens. I was showing Rob. Oh, look at this one I got.
Are your kids into it?
Yeah, they like it.
Not like this.
The younger one does, but the younger one, like, he'd be fine with all the throwaway cards from the pack, like just the base cards. I'm only looking for the big hitters.
Right. So you can't hide it either. See, I could hide the shoe. I could. Oh no, baby, I've had these.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're thinking these ain't new.
Well, you and your wife also keep separate books.
We have one major account that most of my money goes in. I have my account that I get an allowance. I have an allowance, although I can see that account and I can spend out of it. I don't. I have access to my own, which is basically just part.
Claymore's there.
Sorry,
hey, Claymore.
Hey,
Claymore.
I know you're trying to pick fights today, brother.
I'm not trying to pick fights.
I think you are. I think you're trying to.
I just want Claymore.
I just want you to remember, Claymore's had a death in the family. I mean, Claymore got kicked in the nuts on Saturday night.
Oh.
And hey, man, more power to you. But this sucks. It would suck.
Did Claymore feel bad for me when the Bills lost?
I don't know.
No,
There was a lot of emojis.
There was, yeah. There was a lot of just grinding on my grave Claymore was doing.
I can't imagine what it's like to be just a Dallas sports fan in general right now.
Claymore
Are the Stars worth anything?
He caught it double deep this weekend.
Oh, God.
Because if you remember, Claymore last week, he did the crying, laughing emojis and said, the Spurs can't possibly get De'Aaron Fox without giving up Castle. You got to think about what the other team would want. And then the Spurs traded Zach Collins for De'Aaron Fox. So while he's saying you got to think about what the other team wants, Luka gets traded away. Oh, my God, Claymore.
Well, the sad thing is his
this
team
is
wanted
karma,
Anthony Davis.
Claymore. This is karma for you stomping on me when I was down. Oh, you kicking me all year, because now I'm going to laugh at you. The Bills lost. Ha, ha. Claymore. Oh, Claymore.
Claymore's like a guy on Friday when he walks back to his car. What's his name? Red. Come on, man. Stop playing. I want my chain back.
Listen, hey, man.
I feel bad for him.
When I saw it, I didn't think about Claymore until this morning, but like on my way in, when I got here, I told Rob, "Oh, I can't wait to talk to Claymore." I was like, I was gonna be Debo today.
Well, can you imagine? You woke up, your best player got traded away, and your arch enemy got their dude for nothing.
Oh,
if you're a Maverick,
man.
you woke up this morning, you lost your best dude. I don't know who your most hated team is. It's probably the Spurs at their height, maybe the Rockets right now. I don't know, but we're one of the top three, and your arch enemy fleeced another team while you got fleeced.
Yeah.
That on the heels of Schottenheimer taking over your football team.
Times are hard, man.
Times
are
I
hard.
have pity for my brethren up north. More power to you.
And now everyone knows that the Rangers title was fake.
Oh, yeah.
Things are crumbling in Dallas.
Hang on to that. How's the soccer team? you got something else to follow? SMU's not bad.
Oh,
had a little
man.
run for you.
Claymore, I had to do it because you were ruthless to me, and I don't know why. I like Claymore. He seems like a good guy, but man, he
Poor
kicked me when I was down.
Poor bastard.
And now
Claymore, he's gonna cry in the car.
That's what this is. This is why you don't kick guys when they're down, Claymore. You never know when you're going to be the one on the ground.
He's got to go switch out his fake Rolex. Rolex started putting his wrist green.
I was thinking about that. You know what? Let's talk about that. We got so much. I don't know which trade to dig into. I want to keep bouncing back and forth on both.
I think we need to get into the ramifications of this Luka deal because it was such a fundamental power shift, the likes of which you only see about it once every 15 years. Do you see something that goes, well, that just changed the course of the league?
It is wild. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the big game in the Big Easy.
It's showtime. Let's do it.
And the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from New Orleans. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all the pregame excitement leading up to the superb hour.
This is exactly where we want to be.
From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all.
I like this kind of party.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Flight by Yingling, Circle Las Vegas, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Synergenics, Testosterone and Weight Loss, and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from New Orleans, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Score big with LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin, the MVPs of the field. LS Tractors, the star quarterbacks of farming, perfect for tough tasks for farm, ranch, and landscaping. Dietz Tractors has your all-star coaching staff for top-notch equipment. They're not just selling tractors, they're building lasting relationships with unmatched dealer support for parts and maintenance. It's a winning strategy that goes beyond the final whistle. Don't miss the game-winning move. 0% financing available with approved credit on LS Tractors. Start blue, stay blue at Dietz Tractor in Seguin.
What's wrong, Cupid?
Lost my mojo. These arrows just don't work like they used to. The facts are people fall in love thanks to Connecticut, not poor old Cupid.
You don't say.
Oh, absolutely. Look over there. She's got silky smooth hair thanks to a Connecticut water softener. He's got softer skin and cleaner clothes, and now they're all lovey-dovey. Makes me sick.
Don't feel bad, Cupid. You still have your bow and arrow.
I know a Connecticut runs on kinetic energy like my bow and arrow. There's no computer to break. A Connecticut has it all.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
You know, you're right. I love my Connecticut too. My diapers never looked so white. And my wings, oh, I look good.
Cupid, you can always come to work for me, but you're going to have to wear pants.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle, 94.1. You may note, Rob's not here.
Yeah.
Now, why? Rob's over on the big stick. He's over on KTSA talking to Trey Ware about the Spurs trade. Wow. Oh, yeah. Man. They said, hey, they came over, they said, hey, when do you guys want to come talk it up? And Rob said, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. Now, I said no.
Oh, you did?
I said, I got an audience here that I care about. And Rob was like, really? This audience? And I was like, yeah.
I just want to give it to Claymore.
I was like, this audience is awesome. We got to do right by them, Rob. And he's like, well, but what about the bigger audience? What about KTSA? And I said, no, man, you go do that. I'm sticking with my guys here. I love I love the Sports Star audience. I really do. Even guys like Claymore who kick me when I'm down, kick me in the ribs on the worst day. God, he was so excited to kick me too.
You got beat up like I Show Speed.
I know. Yeah.
You saw that?
I saw that, man. Pardon me. See?
Claymore's giving you
Oh, when Rob leaves, I get the coughing fit. The Luka and AD trade is Almost, I mean, it's as mind-blowing as the fact that the Spurs gave up nothing to get De'Aaron Fox, except it's just with much bigger stakes. You don't see guys of this caliber traded very often. And Rob and I disagree a little bit about where Luka lies. I think if you threw every player in the NBA into a pot and said, redraft, I am 99.9% sure that Victor Wembanyama would go first. And I think that Luka would probably go second. Rob said Jokic would go second, which I think you can make an argument for, but he's 30. For me, it's between Luka and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the only reason it's even close with those two is because there are question marks about Luka, about his physical well-being, about him as, his dedication. That said, you don't trade guys like that anyway. Like you deal, it sucks. They're a pain in the ass sometimes, but you deal with it because you're not going to get a better guy than him. I will say the Mavericks in the very, very, very short term are better. The Mavericks are better right now, again, very short term, than they were 2 days ago. Because Luka was giving you nothing because he's hurt or fat or whatever it is. And quite frankly, when Luka was healthy this year, AD was playing better. Like Anthony Davis has been Anthony Davis right now, today, is a top 10 player in the league. The problem is that can't last for much longer. The comp that I came up with was trading Luka for AD is like trading Josh Allen for Matt Stafford. It's like, now Matt Stafford's done a lot in this league. He's been really good for a long time. He's still really good. But the twilight's coming. And you still have all this untapped potential with Josh Allen. And who knows? Will Luka ever get over the hump? I don't know. Will Josh Allen ever get over the hump? I don't know. But it's like if Josh Allen was a big fat person and you traded him for Matt Stafford, is what it is. That's what it is. And it's a very difficult pill to swallow, man, because the Mavericks, quite frankly, I mean, the Mavericks won their first ring because of, I hate to say any title got won by one guy, but it's kind of, their title kind of got won by one guy. Like, they found a special guy who hit a peak in his career where he won a ring damn near by himself. And you look at Luka, and he looks to be the kind of player who could eventually do that. Now, you can question his dedication. You can question the booze. But you know what? At his best, he's better than just about everybody. And when you're dealing at that level, you have to assume you're going to have to find a way to get the best out of that guy. Like me, Vic. I mean, obviously, as like a peak radio talent, yeah. When you guys were looking to bring me in here, you understood that I was an alcoholic and I was overweight.
Yeah, we overlooked all of that.
But you guys were like, you know what? Being an overweight alcoholic, how's he going to do at 6 a.m. when the mic turns on? That was the big question about me.
Yeah. If he was still drinking, or did he stop?
I mean, have I thrown up on the air once? No.
No, it was twice.
Oh.
You're fine.
I'm always here.
But we got it. Yeah, but you're here, though. Right?
I'm always here.
That's what matters, is you're here.
Yeah, it's a kick in the balls for the Mavericks because they did not get back anything near what they... One first-round pick? One? That's crazy. I mean, you get 3 first-round picks for a hill of beans these days.
First the Cowboys, now this.
God. Poor Dallas fan. All right, we'll be back. We'll continue talking NBA today. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming.
Is it a career change?
Everything looks wet.
I'm gonna be a swim teacher.
There's a roof.
A swim teacher who also does roofing.
No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture.
Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Hey, it's James Pledger. Have you played Pick 6 from DraftKings? Well, you better get on it. It's Super Bowl 59, the last time to play NFL Pick 6 this season. As the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, DraftKings does fantasy sports like nobody else. Play for better payouts on Pick 6. It's super easy to get started. Just select 2 or more players, choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like touchdowns, yardage, sacks, and more. And DraftKings is making it even sweeter for first-timers. New Pick 6 customers play $5 to get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award is non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Make it your New Year's resolution to drink better beer. That's what I'm talking about. Who needs dry January? Let's go all in with Karbach, baby. Karbach Brewing out of Houston, but they love San Antonio, and their beer is all over the city. Their head brewer came here and said, we want San Antonio to be a priority market for us, so they have put their beer all over our fair town. From Hopadillo, their in-your-face hopped IPA, to Love Street, which is their blonde Kolsch-style beer, and it's their best seller, by the way. On top of that, the Crawford Bock, which is one of my personal favorites. There's something for everyone in Karbach's lineup. So go to the grocery stores, go to the liquor stores, they're going to have it, and you might be surprised. All the bars and restaurants that you might think not have it probably do have some Karbach behind the bar. So whenever you're out watching football, watching playoff football, ask the bartender, please make it a Karbach.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Ever feel like everything in life is moving at hyperspeed? Slow things down with the all-new Nissan Murano, an unapologetic refuge amidst the daily hustle and bustle. Re-energize with massaging leather-appointed seats to melt away the tension of a busy day. Escape into your favorite music with a Bose premium sound system, or set the vibe with ambient mood lighting. Because sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Check out the all-new Nissan Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof, ambient lighting, and massaging leather-appointed seats are optional features.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we do have this trouble spot on the northwest side that's now causing a 40-minute delay. 410 eastbound. Approaching Jackson Keller, major accident here. 3 left lanes blocked, 2 right lanes still open, so start moving over. That backup starts at Bandera, so tack on at least an extra 40 minutes to your commute. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Well, it happened. The San Antonio Spurs have landed Mr. Fox. De'Aaron Fox, now a San Antonio Spur. The deal done with the Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls. The Kings will receive Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls, guard Sidi Sissoko from the Spurs, 3 first-round picks, Charlotte's, San Antonio's in 2027, and Minnesota in 2031. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rolling on through, baby. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
It's a great day to be alive
Had an old
in
coach
San Antonio.
Used to scream that great day to be alive. You can smell those sea breezes from here.
Yeah. It's a good question, Wesley. I don't know. Wesley says, real question, what number does Fox wear?
I was literally just thinking that.
Because obviously Steph Castle wears number 5. That's De'Aaron's number now.
Not going to get that unless he buys it.
His college number was 0.
Not going to get that.
And that's taken as well, which what are the odds 0 is taken on your new team?
Number. That's a good number.
So I don't know. He starts fresh. You know what? Why don't you combine them and just go with 50?
Well,
I'm sure no one will care if you just wear 50. Or is that a taken number around the?
I know that win. I'm trying to think the number that he ended up with, but he used like feng shui on his, and he wore number 9 because it was lucky in college. And then when he got to the pros, he couldn't wear 9, so I think he wore 54, and it added up to 9.
Okay,
I think so. It was maybe De'Aaron does something like that.
Okay. 23 or I guess 32 would be Sean Elliott, so that's not an option.
I think Sean would gladly give him that number if asked.
Who wears 23 right now? Does someone wear 23 right now?
Michael's number.
Right, but is someone on this? You know who wears 23? Zach Collins.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
That's gone.
You can have Zach's number.
No, he can't wear 05. Unfortunately.
No, that.
But you know what? I mean, quite frankly, De'Aaron Fox has the kind of money that he might be able to convince one of those kids, Keldon or Steph. Steph's probably trying to make his brand with this
Steph's
5.
Young enough that he could change. He could pivot. We've only got about less than a year's of sales of those jerseys. That could pivot. There's still time.
The Spurs. I mean, I'd hold out on picking a number. I'd say, hey, is there still a chance you guys trade Keldon? Because if so, let's hold out.
Well, he could buy that one too. I mean, anything's for sale.
Almost.
Well, most things. Well, no, just about anything in my experience.
I don't think.
How much for the little one?
I don't think you could get number one.
Well, you'd have to buy it from Wemby. Like I said, though,
I don't think the league would want that change to happen. I think they've already.
The way I look at it is that just doubles my uniform sales. Then we're going to have to buy the next one. Now Wemby's 3. I mean, Kobe did it. LeBron's done it more than once. It just helps to sell some unis.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what number he's going to wear. But
a good question though.
It is. It'll be interesting.
I
to
just
see.
hope it's not dumb. I hope it's not like Luka-77. I think those numbers are dumb. Like when I see a guy wear like 93, that's stupid to me.
Interesting.
It just annoys me.
Like you don't like lineman numbers?
It's just dumb. Coming up. Now I wasn't this young. I'm so young that we used to have a different number on the road than at home. If you wore 32 at home, you wore 33 on the road. I don't know why, but that's how old we are. But used to, because there was only 10 fingers for a ref, no number could be higher than 5 on either one. You could go as high as 55 because that would be number 5-5. But you couldn't be 64. You couldn't be. You had to be able to 5-1 or 1-2 or 1-1. You couldn't be any bigger than the fingers on your hand. So the biggest number you could have in basketball was 55.
What was that in the 50s?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
But you couldn't have 36. Then you
could do 30. No,
because one of the numbers is big.
It had to be what each hand could represent, and you could only. And it really, for the longest time, numbers were 1 through 15. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
So
that's like a little league team.
Like watching Luka run around. Seriously.
When my son plays little league, he's always number 12 because
it's by size.
Number 11 and 12 are like they usually have like adult sizes.
Seriously.
Because and 1 is like an extra small and then it goes up. If you're a little bitty kid, you got one of the small numbers. If you're a big kid, you got one of the big numbers. That's the way it works.
That's how we would do it too. Wow. So I assume you can buy whatever your number you like, but just don't go weird. You're a fast player. Get a fast number.
Now, Jesus says maybe 00. He could.
I don't think you can have a 0 and a 00.
I think you can.
Can you?
Melo and Dame had.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. 2 fists. I got it.
Yeah, I think so.
You can do it. There we go.
But yeah, well, I don't know. It's all secondary stuff. But
no, it really matters. Are you kidding? I'm not kidding. There's millions of dollars involved with this decision.
We were talking about the when you were over there gallivanting with the
news rats.
Yeah. I told the audience how I was loyal to them and I wanted to stay here and
I'm
just
not
talk
loyal
to
to
them.
These fools.
Yeah, you were like, I'm going to go talk to
everything's for sale.
The big show over there.
Go over there where there's they got cafe and their croissants and stuff like that.
They stuffed a Benji and Rob's
and
jean pockets.
I got a petty while I was there.
Yeah.
So a little pedicure.
Disgusting. He can just be bought.
It can be.
But we were talking about how you and I disagree about what Luka's value is, like where he is as a player in this league. And I said after Wemby, I think Luka would probably be the second player I would take.
No, I agree. He is the rest of the conversation here is not to say that he's anything less than one of the top 8 basketball players in the world. So that being said, he's out of shape. He's often hurt, and he plays no defense. So is he one of the most talented dudes in the world? He might be the most talented basketball player in the world just because what he does with so little work. Now, Joker can get away with it because he is a big dude and doesn't have to do some stuff. Luka at some point's got to do some things, and as he has played, despite, and this is the weird thing, he single-handedly took his team to the finals last year, doing everything that I'm complaining about. So I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth. What they got for what he is, it's a pittance. But would I have made the deal if I was his general manager? No, but I can certainly understand the justification that he gave. Like, dude, I'm going to have to pay $60 million to a dude that will not get in shape, no matter how much we have pushed, cajoled, told him, look, dude, if you'd have been in shape last year, we might have been able to win this. But no, even now, you're still fat and you don't care.
Even fat and not caring.
I'm just being devil's advocate.
He's better than almost everybody.
He's still one of the top 8 players in the world. And here's what's going to bite the Mavericks in their ass is he's going to get to L.A. He's going to hire some kind of fancy dude that got some actor into great shape. He's going to show up next year chiseled out of granite and take names. Is your fear?
They're all pointing out that Johnny Moore was 00 and it's retired.
Oh, that's gone. See, I bet that can be bought.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, no, because that jersey hanging in the rafters is the only thing that would make me remember that Johnny Moore existed.
It'll stay up there.
I wouldn't even know Johnny Moore existed if it weren't for that.
Oh,
because
let's
Johnny
not
Moore,
dog Johnny.
No, I'm not
It's
dogging
a
him.
sad story.
I'm just saying the end of Johnny Moore was around the time that I was like coming into watching basketball, so I know nothing of Johnny Moore.
He led the league in assists, and the summer after he led the league in assists, he caught desert fever, put him in the hospital for weeks, damn near killed him, and he never really was the same.
Really? Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know the story of him.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about him.
It was tragic because he was destined to be a pretty damn good point guard.
Because literally the only thing I know of him is I see that jersey hanging when we go there. So I'm pretty sure I asked you that before.
Yeah,
like,
why is he there?
Him and was it who else did I ask you? Like what?
Oh, Bruce Bowen.
No,
Sean.
No, it was Sean. Yeah, I was like I always thought of Sean Elliott as like he's a good player.
One shot.
Yeah.
It does not matter. I will buy him a free lunch. I will kiss him every time I see him.
And is it James Silas? Is that the other one?
Captain Late, baby. Number 13. That's a number that cannot be brought down. That one's special.
So, hey, again, that stuff's all before my time. Not Sean Elliott so much, but Sean Elliott.
One shot.
Again,
baby.
my perception of Sean Elliott was not the kind of guy that gets his number retired. But hey, what do I know?
One shot.
Luka is essentially Babe Ruth. He is.
You know what? You defined him. He is Babe Ruth. That's exactly who he is.
He is a guy who you're like, look at that guy. How good could he be at sports games? And then he's I mean, let's face it. Jokic isn't much different. Like Jokic isn't in the best shape in the world.
Probably worse.
Yeah, I mean, these are.
But he doesn't have to do as much.
It's like the guys who can stand on the sideline and back in the 70s specifically, it was like it seemed like all the best athletes in the world also smoked cigarettes, and it's
especially the baseball players. Everyone.
They're ripping off a burner, and then they're like, all right, I'm going to go hit a dinger now.
There's the legendary picture of Lynn Dawson, the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl on the sideline smoking a cigarette. Yeah. So, it toughened you up, man. That's what you needed.
And, like, let's face it, he's still as good as anyone. And
he is, but he's confounding. He is. This very likely will go down as one of the worst trades in NBA history. Because it's going to be 5 years before the Mavericks return from this. And getting Anthony Davis, I feel bad for Anthony Davis right now because he's a good get. He's not a bad guy to go get.
Like I said, for the short term, this is good for the Mavericks, but the short term is not going to matter for them.
He is a footnote into the ridiculousness of a guy like Luka, who has been a 5-time All-NBA player, took his team to the finals and got traded.
Took his team to the finals last year.
Yeah.
We're not talking about ancient history. Last year.
I literally, there's so many facets to this because there's also the sidebar of Jason Kidd, by his estimation, by his story, he didn't find out he could define it as the 11th hour. Can you imagine being a head coach and getting called by your general manager, your owner, going, by the way, we just traded the franchise. And we're about to announce it. I think I'd quit. I think legit. I think I'd go, well, if you don't think enough of me to include me in the planning for this, obviously I'm not part of your long term. I'm not coming to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go someplace else.
I'd be pretty peeved.
I can't imagine. So I'm not sure where Jason Kidd landed on this, but if that's the case, you better start looking for another job, kid, because obviously nobody is safe. And if you didn't find out till 15 minutes before they made the call and you're the head coach.
Wow. Rin says defense does win chips.
It does.
And it does. And if you remember last year when the Mavs showed some fight, it was because Luka suddenly played some defense and was like, oh my God, he's capable of it. So it brings it full circle. What effort are you going to get from this guy? And because if he's max effort, max motivation. Who's better than him?
Nobody. Literally. No one.
I don't think so.
But we have never seen a fully in shape Luka. Never. He's always carried baby weight.
The guy can barely dunk a basketball. Like
I can't imagine what it could look like. I assume it would be better. I can't imagine it wouldn't be. But we've got greatness already. That's not the question. The question is, and it legitimate or not, when you're paying a dude $60 million a year, and you know that he doesn't care about post-game workouts, he doesn't take care of himself, he's going to drink and he's going to do all these things, and there's nothing you can do about it. I can see going, you know what? As he put it, we avoided a tumultuous summer. The Mavericks have had some issues behind the scenes, and they got new ownership. Maybe this is all about quieting the waters from and extricating themselves from everything that Mark Cuban was, because Mark Cuban might be the second most depressed man in the world today.
Mark Cuban, the quote started circulating about Mark Cuban said if it came down to Luka not being on the Mavericks or me getting a divorce, like if I had to choose between Luka and my wife, I'd be headed down to the courthouse with papers because Luka will always be a Maverick. And then he's just sick to his stomach to hear this news. And especially as bad as it is, the lack of compensation is the part that makes you go, how? Like, and this is where people start to question,
the Lakers.
Is the NBA rigged somehow for the Lakers? Because you can't tell me on the open market that the Lakers couldn't have gotten more, or the Mavericks couldn't have gotten more for Luka.
I completely agree.
If you're the Spurs,
well, we could argue the same thing.
Name something that you wouldn't give up for Luka.
Well, everything to the right of Wemby. But but everybody looks at the Spurs and goes, "My God, look at what the Spurs they made off scot-free." You kind of got to look at the situation that everybody's coming from. I don't know.
You know what though? I said this at the time. De'Aaron Fox kind of painted the Kings into the corner with the Spurs because he said, "I want to play for the Spurs." And that made everybody else pucker up a little bit and be like, "Oh, I'm not going to shoot the moon at these guys." I never heard once Luka say, "I want to be a Laker."
Can you imagine? Do you think? Because I don't think the Mavericks called the rest of the league.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think they called the Spurs and they said no.
Who? I don't get it, man.
But this deal was done out of relationships. I mean, we talked about the three teams involved over the weekend or last night were the same three teams that were involved in a trade over the summer. So obviously lines of connection were there and conversations were ongoing. This Maverick thing feels like it was a one phone call deal. Like the Mavericks called the Lakers and said, "I want Anthony Davis, and let's figure something out." And no one else knew until the news broke, including by at least admittance, Jason Kidd, the head coach, didn't even know. So I get the sense this was done under the cover of darkness because you get the sense that the Mavericks are acting kind of confused by how the attacks they're getting, that the general manager generally thought this is a good move. But he didn't ask for counsel from anybody on the outside of the bubble where they go, "What are you doing?"
Anthony Davis is under contract until 2028.
It's a safe move. It's a good get, but the cost, I'm not sure the squeeze is worth
the idea that you couldn't get more than one draft pick out of that thing.
I don't get how this worked out unless it was just two teams and somebody got sweated and got taken advantage of.
I don't understand how and Luka, apparently Luka was pissed too. Like Luka, he didn't, and he wouldn't take the call from the GM. The GM tried to call him after the deal, because Luka heard about it, I'm guessing through Twitter, the way most of us did. And Luka wouldn't answer his calls. Like Luka loved being in Dallas.
Well,
when imagine you've got a player like that who loves being in your town, and you're like, "Yeah, we're gonna trade him. He's gone. 25 years old, gone."
Well, I also
it's
get
insanity.
Well, I will say this. Let's wait a couple of days. There's going to be some more come out. There's got to be something else out there, because when things are ridiculous on their face, and this is ridiculous, I can't imagine what the Mavericks were thinking unless there's another piece to this puzzle, there's another move about to be made, or it turns out that Luka wasn't happy, was going to pull a De'Aaron Fox, and was going to be gone no matter what anyway. I mean, there is that possibility. from a kid like him. I doubt it. I think he was Maverick through and through, but might have been living under the perception that things were not what they were because obviously the Mavericks were mad at him. Obviously.
And I also get that there are certain teams that had you called them, they might have said no to Luka.
No one called the Mavs and asked for Luka. No, because that would be a ridiculous question.
So if you decide, hey, I'm going to kick the tires on some players, there's a couple guys that you know that are just non-starters. Like the Nuggets aren't trading Jokic.
And
Saturday,
the Mavericks aren't trading Luka.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody called and said, what's it going to cost for Luka? There wouldn't have been a price that you could have come up with. It would have cost your entire team plus other guys you don't even have. It's literally go get him.
Who says no if the Mavericks call the Sixers about Embiid?
No one. That's what this is done under the cover of darkness with no one on the outside going, are you sure
but I'm saying
about this?
If the Mavs had called the Sixers and said, we want Embiid, who says no to that deal?
No, Embiid's a Maverick today.
I think so, too. And wouldn't you rather have Embiid than Anthony Davis?
Oh, well, we're running into the same issues that I'm running with Luka, quite frankly.
Yeah, except that there's still time. I guess he's not. He's only like 2 years younger, I guess.
I think that this might be and I do believe Embiid is going to get moved. It's going to make it a lot easier to move Embiid now. Philly fan will see that it's already happened, that you can indeed move a dude that is the best in the world, but you don't get enough of him. That availability is the ability that you need the most.
All right, I got to tell you guys about Karbach Brewing. Good to be back in Texas. They didn't have any Karbach in Las Vegas. None. Zero. None. Nada.
Saving it for us, the good people.
Yeah, they're right. It's Texan stuff, baby. It's for us good old boys. And I'm gonna be drinking some. I'm gonna be drinking some for the Super Bowl. I'll be drinking some leading up to the Super Bowl because Karbach is where it's at, baby. If you're into whatever you're into, Crawford Bach is my go-to everyday drinker. But also Love Street, their Cole Style Blonde, that's their best seller. Sort of a great entry craft beer, very easy drinking, very light. And then the Hopadillo is their in-your-face IPA, their flagship IPA, very hoppy, very bitter. And they've got a new Hoplectic is the name of their seasonal IPA. Excellent recipe. And then, of course, they've got the Ziegenbach now in 12-pack, brand new packaging. It's all over the city, guys. Obviously, you can get it at the H-E-Bs. You can get it at the liquor stores. But it's at a lot more bars and restaurants than you would expect to. So whenever you're out this week or you're out for the Super Bowl, go ahead and ask your bartender, please make it a Karbach.
Rise it hot!
It's the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway.
You asked for it, you got it!
Predict the exact score of the big game in New Orleans, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com.
I like this kind of party!
The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Deets Tractor. Score big with Deets Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Pizza craving? We've got you covered. At Round Table Pizza, we've been crafting pizzas with premium, high-quality ingredients for over 60 years. From our made-from-scratch dough to our savory toppings piled all the way to the edge. Find your nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Summer or winter, Texas weather doesn't do anything halfway, and neither should your roofer. You need a local roofer you can trust. That is Stevens Roofing. You know, Texas roofs are not designed for freezing weather. When ice and snow melt, water seeps into the little cracks, then refreezes, creating bigger cracks. That means leaks or maybe worse. Don't wait to see what damage has occurred. Call Stevens Roofing today for a free inspection. 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is one of the most trusted names in personal injury law across the state of Texas. We have Jose here with the Gomez Law Firm to share what makes working with your firm different than others in the area.
You know, we pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio. Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that.
Thank you to the Gomez Law Firm for continuing to fight for our community. The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio.
If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm.
Visit JoeGomezLaw.com. That's JoeGomezLaw.com for one of the most trusted names in personal injury.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
In San Francisco. And the Cowboys hired a special teams guy. It's hard to believe I used to do that for a living.
It really is.
He's a special teams guy.
Cowboys hired a special guy.
30 seconds comes up quick. Huh?
He does, man. What my wife says. Did I say that out loud?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
They not.
Hello, friends.
Did you watch the Grammys at all on the plane?
No, I did not.
Neither did I.
No, I did not.
Yeah, Kendrick won 5.
He did.
Yeah.
He'll be performing in New Orleans on Sunday.
Hey, Claymore's on the line.
What was the album of the year?
I think it was.
I don't remember. Hold on.
Beyonce got country record of the year. She won't win that at the CMAs, but at the Grammys she got it. I don't know what was the record of the year.
Let me see. Grammy winners 2025.
Yeah.
Best New Artist, Chappell Roan. I don't know who that is.
Come on with the kids.
I'm not one of the kids, as you know. Let's see. Not Like Us was Song of the Year.
Yeah.
That was the big winner, huh? Album of the Year, Cowboy Carter by Beyonce.
There we go. So you got that too.
Yep.
I don't think that record will play quite as well at the Country Music Awards.
The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift didn't win. Who would have thought?
Well, she's won enough.
And what else was in the Shabuzi was up for it. Record of the Year, Not Like Us. Best New Artist, you said. Best Country Album, Cowboy Carter.
Yep.
Best Pop Vocal Album, Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah. And then there's a bunch of stuff that I don't care about. So what are you going to do?
It looked like a tribute to L.A. They were trying to
We have Claymore on.
Yeah, let me see here.
Pull him up.
There he is.
Claymore?
Howdy, Claymore.
You all right?
Hey man, what's up, brother?
You reap what you sow, Claymore.
I know, AJ, man. I gotta eat that crow.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good. I'm glad you're eating it, because you gave me no mercy, and I didn't understand it.
Well, as a Dallas fan, brother, what's the worst thing that's happened over the last week? I want you to rank the things that have happened to the Cowboys and the Mavericks over the last week.
Well, put it to you this way, Rob. Ironically, I lived through what I thought was actually the worst trade in Dallas Mavericks history. December 26, 1996, whenever they traded Jason Kidd. Some 29 years later, Jason Kidd is on the management or / coaching side of what's actually, I guess, I don't know, astronomically 5 times worse than Jason Kidd being traded to Phoenix Suns back then in the 90s. Well, Mavs were really bad during that time.
Oh, man.
So, and then they made this, So then they make this trade. Listen, it's one thing to trade Luka. We've all heard the stories. I listen to Dallas sports radio most of the time if I'm not listening to you guys in between. I'm bouncing back and forth. Yeah, big from Dallas. So I'm trying to keep up with what's going on, back in Dallas. But then my thing is, okay, it's one thing if you're going to trade him, but it's the lack of compensation. I would have thought that at a minimum, 2 first-round picks, and then you ask for either Dalton Connect or Austin Reeves.
Untouchable.
If you're going to get Anthony Davis. Right.
Because Austin Reeves untouchable, they said.
But it's Luka Doncic that you're getting at age 25.
Untouchable's untouchable.
It matters, man.
I'm sorry, man.
I just hope for Mavericks' sake, and a pox on your house, but for your sake, I hope there's still moves to be made, because this was as strange of an outcome as I've seen at the trade deadline ever. Literally ever. This is the most shocking move I can.
Right. The last thing I'll say, and then I'll hang up and listen to you guys. Yeah, you've been gracious with the time. The last thing I'll say is this. I'm thinking Dallas, Rob, like you're saying, they got another move to make because they got a log jam at the center position. You got Anthony Davis, and then you got Daniel Gafford. Derek Lively is injured. But I'm thinking, okay, unless if you're going to play like the Lakers version of the bubble where they had like 3 bigs. I think it was Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. I don't see Dallas playing like that. You need a perimeter shooter or some kind of guard / forward type of player, going forward. So you got to give up Gafford in some sort of a trade. Otherwise, this is not going to work because Kyrie, in March, he's turning 33. Anthony Davis, in March, he's also turning 32. So your window is very short before age become a factor. And one thing we do know about sports, whenever you're dealing with guys who are on the other side of 30, injuries are very unkind to guys who are aging.
Absolutely. Claymore, man. Good luck to you. Go light a candle.
Here's the thing.
All right. Thanks, guys. Great show as always.
Thank you, man. I don't know if the Mavericks aren't just going to get into sell mode.
It wouldn't be a shock if Anthony Davis was just a pass through. I don't know. This is so ridiculous. It's hard to make sense of any of it. So if it broke right now that Anthony Davis has been moved on for other considerations, wouldn't surprise me because, like Claymore was just saying, these are a couple of old dudes. You don't have a whole lot of time, and keep in mind your competition is far younger than you.
Dude, look at the top of the Western Conference right now, where it's the young OKC Thunder,
Memphis is
the young Houston Rockets, the young Memphis Grizzlies, and you're old, dude.
Yes, you're old, and one rolled ankle from going from 5th to 12th. I mean, you fall so fast.
5th, my ass. The Mavs are 8th
I'm
right
just
now.
Saying, when you're this old, when you're this top heavy, you lose one cog, you're done. There's no making up for it. And you lose 5 games in a row, there's no coming back from that.
The Mavs are 1.5 games of the cutoff for missing the playoffs, play-ins, all of it.
I don't think the playoffs I don't think this year this was not a move for a title this year. I can tell you that.
Well, the odds agree. Dallas was 20-1 before the trade. They're now 30-1.
Yeah, this was not about this year at all. That's why, again, if it wouldn't shock me a bit if suddenly Anthony Davis never even lands in L.A.
It wouldn't shock me.
Lands in Dallas.
Now, now with that much salary, it's tough to make things work. I don't know who else could make it work.
I know I'd be calling them today. If they're that crazy, they might have something else weird. Keep in mind, they traded Jalen Brunson just a couple of years ago. These guys, man.
Man. Yeah.
And I'm glad that Claymore brought it up. That Jason Kidd deal way back when. Remember that Lethal Weapon 3? That wasn't the Lethal Weapon 3, but it was Jamal Mashburn and Kidd and Jimmy Jackson, and they were all after Tony Braxton, and the whole thing fell apart, and Kidd ended up with the Nets. This feels very much like that. You can't believe.
This is worse, though.
Like, dude, I cannot believe you guys have done it again.
This is so much worse because Jason Kidd was a good player. Jason Kidd wasn't.
No, you're right. But then they make that move, and then again they have traded away their franchise dude. They've done it again. They've done it. Who's done that? How many teams have done it once?
To me, this is like most akin to when Shaq got traded. This is like a.
Yeah, but, there felt like some imminence to him leaving Orlando. It never felt permanent.
Maybe so.
It felt like he was never going to quite be there.
Barkley
because
getting traded to the Suns.
Now we're getting into the tectonic shift when you're talking about that kind of talent shifts the future of the NBA, and that move did. Not that the Spurs didn't, but this one did immediately.
Yeah. So, this is just it's a fascinating thing because I don't think anybody saw this coming. If it's not, okay, maybe it's not I don't know if it's the biggest move ever, but it's one of the more stunning moves. The move that really it reminded me most of right away was the Pau Gasol trade to the Lakers. Remember, and at the time, none of us knew how good Marc Gasol was going to be. So, if you look back at it now, you wouldn't say that was a completely lopsided deal because Marc Gasol was very, very good. But at the time, Marc Gasol was like an unknown.
He was a high school kid.
And Pau Gasol was already one of the best guys in the NBA, and it felt like the Grizzlies were giving him to the Lakers for a bag of beans. That's what this feels like. Now, not that Anthony Davis is a bag of beans, but it's like, why would this team want to do this?
Well, the Lakers have a lot of issues themselves right now. They got questions to answer. They're a donut as well. They're just they've got a big hole. For the Lakers, they set the foundation for the next 5 to 10 years. That's what the plan was for them. They provided the exit for LeBron. They have the guy that a lot of people would love to come play with. They hope. So I get what they were doing there because they're turning the page. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with the Lakers. They're playing probably better than anybody expected them, quite frankly. I don't think they expected to be this good.
And I'm with you, Rob. I won't be surprised if Anthony Davis isn't.
This doesn't add up.
You remember when Rasheed Wallace? Rasheed Wallace got traded out of Portland to Atlanta.
Oh, that's right.
And he played one game and was there for a week, and then they shipped him to Detroit, and obviously that's where he stayed going forward. But it wouldn't shock me if that's what this is. It's like a pit stop on your way to somewhere else.
The only concern is
we're running out of time. Certainly.
Well, why wasn't the deal furthered? Why would you pull the trigger on only half the deal until you had the other half to be made? Are you trying to get something else in between? I don't get the answer. They might not be able to move him before the deadline, but I can't imagine that Anthony Davis alone is the future for the Mavericks. So they're going to have to make another move. You feel like there's still several moves to be made. There's still a couple of teams out there looking to get some stuff. Jimmy Butler is still a fly in the ointment out there, and that's a pretty valuable piece, especially for the short-termers, the teams that are looking to go short-term. I wouldn't be surprised to see Butler land in Dallas. If you're going for it all in right now, he kind of fits the mantra. At least he's going to show up for work. He might not be in a good mood.
All right, we'll continue this conversation. It's Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dr. Jacob Torres has been my doctor for several years. He probably treats coughs as well. When you go see Dr. Torres, most of us go for just to go get well, go get a shot. But when you talk about the Institute for Functional Health, it's a full-service medical facility. Not only do rehab work, but the weight loss is why I walked in the door. when I met Dr. Torres, he talked to me about feeling good and, healthy life choices and things like that. And I was kind of like, dude, I just want to lose some weight and feel better, but I don't want it to be hard. And he told me you can go someplace else. This is not going to be for you. But if you'll make a commitment, you can literally change your life for the better and never look back. And 8 years later, I still sit and talk about it because it's still working for me. I have changed my life for the better, and I'm healthier today than I was yesterday because I follow a few of the basic things, but I also learned more during the process than I ever would. If it's time for you to lose weight, I want you to call Dr. Torres because you can get it done without a bunch of shots. You can do it without starving yourself and doing a bunch of crazy things. You can lose weight the old-fashioned way with the help that Dr. Torres provides. Now, certainly, there's a lot of medical stuff that goes along with it, lots of supplements, lots of things that'll help you through this, but once you get it down and once you apply the program that Dr. Torres puts together for you, it's going to work. It works for everybody else I've ever talked to. It should work for you as well. Call Dr. Torres today. The number is 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. Do yourself a favor. Go there no matter what. It'll teach you a few things. Look, if it's time to lose weight, talk to an expert that can get you where you want to go, that has done it with other people just like you. Call Dr. Torres today. You'll change your life over at the IFF. And come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. They just cleared that accident on the northwest side at Loop 410 eastbound approaching Jackson Keller. Had a couple of lanes all tied up. So with the combination of rush hour, you're still going to notice some delay. So it's still about a 15-minute ride to get through that. On I-10 westbound, that off-ramp to Zool Road, far east side of town, we are getting reports of a minor accident. Slowing down along 35 southbound, FM 1103 on down to Tupperwine, now about a 15-minute commute. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for my good friends over at Prize Picks. It is now or never. The big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last big one of the season. And Prize Picks is the absolute best place to win cash while watching the big game. And I'm talking about serious cash, 1,000 times your money. And it is so easy to do. And on top of that, we've got money for you. Just check out the promos tab to tail any of our super sweet Millie winners. Big game lineups, you can get them. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win up to $1 million. That's part of the promo finds. That's why you go to Prize Picks. I'll tell you what, you want some cash? Use the code Alamo. You get $50 instantly after you play your first game. That's a $5 lineup with 2 times the money. Let's go play Prize Picks. You've been putting it off all year long, or you've been playing along with the other 10 million. Prize Picks is the place to be. Go run your game.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming. Is it a career change? Everything looks wet.
I'm gonna be a swim teacher.
There's a roof.
A swim teacher who also does roofing.
No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture.
Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card.
One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business. Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it. And will beat any print quote. Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs. No problem. I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens. Totally. I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing. I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Super Bowl 59.
I like this kind of party.
The Philadelphia Eagles face the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday at 5:30. The Chiefs, led by MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes, aims for an unprecedented third consecutive Super Bowl victory, a feat never achieved in NFL history. Meanwhile, the Eagles, with a formidable defense and a dynamic offense, are ready to challenge the reigning champions. Don't miss a moment of this historic matchup, presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Sunday at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for Super Bowl 59.
Hey, this is Greeny. We'll tackle the NFL and dive into the NBA today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Break it down. Dun, dun, dun.
Down kind of hard this morning.
Yeah.
Vic's got some pent-up anger.
Yeah!
Who you mad at this morning, Vic?
He's mad at us for ditching him for the last few days.
Forgot to put out the trash.
Ah. That sucks, so I'm the only one that's in good with the wife.
In good
You're
with the
in
what?
Trouble? You're in trouble.
I forgot
with,
the trash.
See, you let the trash in.
Yeah.
You're buying
You're
too
stacking a
many
bunch
cards.
of kaboom cards.
That's coming my way. The downfall of that's coming my way.
My wife loves me.
Yeah.
I'm home.
I've had a terrible luck with my last two visits home, which have been about exactly a month apart. Okay. And now the worst case scenario is going home when your wife is
See, these are conversations
dealing
you can
with
have
her lady time
while she lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm just going to warn you.
I mean,
this
she never
conversation-
listens to this show anyway.
It's amazing how things like this will get back.
Yeah, they probably will.
Keep in mind,
But
of all the wives, one of them is always listening.
But Rob, listen, I bought damn near $1,000 worth of football cards. I'm
I know.
already in trouble.
Oh, you're in.
Oh, yeah.
You're in trouble.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like a few hundred.
No. Anybody who's been listening, I saw this storm coming. I tried to warn you. I hate to say.
I mean, I knew it was coming too.
The moment you showed me that card, I said, "Hey, man, have you ever looked?" I went, "Oh no."
Oh, I knew.
Oh no,
I
brother.
knew. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be bad.
Man.
But hey, whatever.
I'm gonna get in Dutch with the missus.
I'll take my medicine today.
At least they're not Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah. So
that's next.
No, it's not.
I give him a month.
No, it's not.
I give him a month. Okay, mark the tape.
Well, now I can't for
February
sure.
the 3rd.
Like I said, it's about to be.
This is an addiction now, man.
My credit card's about to be shut off.
You're chasing the dopamine now.
So
you're chasing it.
The last two times I've gone home, the worst case is to go home when it's your wife's lady time, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah. The second worst time to go home is the week before her lady time. So she's like, I don't want to say I won't say any foul words, but she's not at her most pleasant. in those times.
Right. A little more sensitive.
Yeah. That's not ideal for me. Like when listen, I'm just trying to go home and do my thing. And hard times. So it's I'm at about a 4 in my wife's book right now. I've got some work.
Well, this conversation, if she ever hears it, ain't going to help.
No.
I'm just trying to warn you. You think it's bad now.
I'm just talking it through with my guys here.
Just hope. I know. I'm just trying to warn you.
Yeah.
Take that exit ramp.
It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got that text, I woke up to that text this morning. Luckily, I was asleep.
Just, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. You know what?
You're right.
Done.
You're right. And then hang up and go buy another one.
Nah. You wait a month at least to.
Well, you might get a good deal down the line. But I'm telling you right now, tell her that you're not stopping. Don't act like, I'm gonna give it. Just let her know this is going to be something that's going to be happening. I'm just telling you now. She'll be mad, but be honest with her now. Okay. And don't say, I'm done with it. I'll never do that again. Or at least I'm going to relegate. And then what'll happen is the moment you say that, you'll get the opportunity to go get something you didn't think you had access to, probably a little bit more than you thought it would be, but you've painted yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
You just got to be honest and say, this is something I love doing. It's going to be part of our lives. Now, I'll make sure you're part of it. I won't sneak anything by you, but this isn't changing. And deal with the weather now because the next storm will be worse.
I might have to say, I understand I probably went overkill.
Yeah, admit your faults.
I'll certainly draw back.
Right, but don't say you won't do it knowing full well you're going to do it again.
You're right, Rob. I'm going to put my foot down.
Don't put your foot down. Good luck. Be delicate. It requires a tap dance, but if done correctly, you'll be just fine. You'll get everything you want.
I mean, she was just complaining to me about my tax stuff.
Irrational.
Okay.
And
you have earned the right.
She's she was like, I hate doing taxes because I see how much money you're making, and my side hustle makes more than her full-time job, and that drives her crazy. But it's okay.
What it is.
But that means that
you work for the government.
We're doing all right, Bubba.
Yeah, I can buy
and
cars.
So, you know what I mean? I want to be like, hey, man, I make a good living.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mutual decision, but don't say you're never going to do it, is what I'm saying. Just don't create this reason for more mistrust. You told me you wouldn't buy anymore.
Okay.
Don't do that.
No, you're right.
Don't do that.
You're right. I'll say, listen, babe, I don't go to strip
there's
clubs.
Things I don't do, but I have certain passions. This is one of them. And you talk about a harmless passion. I'm buying cards.
Yeah. I wish I could say
I wish I could give up the blow.
I know. That's the problem.
Now, if I could just shake that, honey, I think we'd be fine.
Yeah. I wish I could. You know what? I'm going to say, you know what? I promise. When I started collecting cards, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop doing cocaine.
I'm going to just give up the blow.
All my cocaine money is now going to football cards.
I don't know what you're mad at.
Same stuff.
It's just better for me.
Yeah.
Can I borrow $20?
Win-win.
I don't know why you're mad. Can I borrow $20?
Yeah. But I mean, it's true. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't
I got to find that new Luka card.
I'm just all I want to do is chase, that rookie autograph. That's all I'm looking for.
It's just the you wouldn't understand, baby. Broken packs.
Oh.
It's man stuff.
Oh.
You gotta
so
send,
angry.
And then you got to send your card to get graded.
Yeah, there's all the
yeah.
That's another 400.
There's a couple that I'm looking at that I've,
see. Here we go.
That's the problem. How do I tell her? Okay, well, I'm not going to get those, or do I get those and say that was part? I'd already got that before. It's part of the.
Say you're committed.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that either.
Well,
I'm going to speak to you as a friend and also as a consultant, as a consigliere.
Okay.
As a lawyer.
Be as vague as possible.
Okay.
Don't say you're either going to do or not do anything. Just be apologetic and understanding and say, I really enjoy this.
Okay.
This is something that I really do like.
Well,
and then the next time she will understand that, he really enjoys this.
My first thought was, I'm hacked.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, honey.
They don't buy that, do they?
No. They do once.
Yeah. Just
save that when you
What
need
is it? What's the saying? Just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty.
That's right.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's a good philosophy too. Although Rob's is probably safer.
I'm just saying, be vague. Don't promise anything.
Keyword
either
is
way.
vague.
Yes.
Vague. Yeah.
Nothing. You don't want anything in writing until it absolutely matters, man.
No emails.
No,
texts.
nothing. This is all conversations and vagaries.
And then burn all
and apologetic
paperwork.
and understanding. I get it. If your wife had done something like this and you go, man, that's a lot of money, and she came and said, I love doing it. What would you do? You go, I get
you
it.
know what?
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, my wife can buy what I might think is the dumbest thing in the world and put it in our house. You know what I say? Hey, babe, if it makes you happy, baby,
Right.
good for
and
you.
I think to some extent, most wives are like that too. I think to some extent they'll go, okay, just don't go nuts.
Yeah.
I would like to think.
I might have gone nuts.
And I know
though.
your wife. I
You
think
went
she
nuts.
is fairly sane.
Might have gone nuts. All right.
I think. But it's got a piece of the uniform, honey.
Yeah.
Vague.
And he signed
This
it.
is rookie.
Yeah. Remember, be
Oh,
vague.
I'm not selling this.
Yeah, I wish I could say I just invested so I could flip them, but I'm keeping them.
Well, that's a possibility.
All right, we'll be back. Halfway point, Morning Huddle 94.1.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients, participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
The best app for your big game party is actually on your phone. It's called Underdog. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, and Texas sports fans, good news for you. Underdog is available to play in Texas. The best place to cash in on all your takes during the big game. Be like me and many others playing the Pick'em game. And with the Underdog Pick'em game, you could win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher, lower on player stats. They've got all the leagues. They've got all the stars to choose from. Create entries with all the football picks or mix and match across other sports. And Underdog is the only pick'em platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. You can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. Underdog is the best place to play pick'em. Download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code STAR. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Folks, there's nothing romantic about home repairs, but when your plumbing has lost that love and feeling and your AC is about to achy break your heart, call Quarterman Plumbing, Heat, and AC at 210-651-5899. We'll fix the issue fast at a great price with a servant spirit.
Joel, this is a special Valentine gift from me to you.
Yeah, but why are your arms red?
I got a deal on this plant for your office.
That's poison ivy, Nigel.
It's what?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Take the guesswork out of buying and selling your home with Orchard. Hi, Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Will your home sell in time? Which upgrades are worth it? Can you keep your home show ready with a busy life? Orchard has all the answers. With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can buy your new home before selling your old one. It's simple. Orchard gives you an equity advance, unlocking cash to buy your new home first. That's right, you don't have to wait for your old place to sell. You can move in right away. And no more rushing out for showings or constant cleaning, because Orchard sells your old home after you've settled into your new home. Orchard even handles repairs and improvements at no out-of-pocket cost to you. Their local pros know which upgrades bring you the most money, so you sell for top dollar. Buy before you sell and skip the selling hassles with Orchard. Start your free home valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
What's wrong, Cupid?
Lost my mojo. These arrows just don't work like they used to. The facts are people fall in love thanks to Connecticut, not poor old Cupid.
You don't say.
Oh, absolutely. Look over there. She's got silky smooth hair thanks to a Connecticut water softener. He's got softer skin and cleaner clothes, and now they're all lovey-dovey. Makes me sick.
Don't feel bad, Cupid. You still have your bow and arrow.
I know a Connecticut runs on kinetic energy like my bow and arrow. There's no computer to break. A Connecticut has it all.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
You know, you're right. I love my Connecticut too. My diaper has never looked so white. And my wings, oh, I look good.
Cupid, you can always come to work for me, but you're going to have to wear pants.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has 18 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. They just cleared that accident on the northwest side at Loop 410 eastbound approaching Jackson Keller. Had a couple of lanes all tied up. So with the combination of rush hour, you're still going to notice some delay. So it's still about a 15-minute ride to get through that. On I-10 westbound, that off-ramp to Zool Road, far east side of town, we are getting reports of a minor accident. Slowing down along 35 southbound, FM 1103 on down to Tupperwine, now about a 15-minute commute. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Well, it happened. The San Antonio Spurs have landed Mr. Fox. De'Aaron Fox, now a San Antonio Spur. The deal done with the Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls. The Kings will receive Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls, guard Sidi Sissoko from the Spurs, 3 first-round picks, Charlotte's, San Antonio's in 2027, and Minnesota in 2031. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yes, sir. 8:02 here on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I did want to play some of this stuff about the De'Aaron Fox deal. We had some sound on this. We hear from
all those that matter.
Yeah, Bobby Marks and Shams and Brian Windhorst.
Our next San Antonio resident. He's moving here now.
He likes it here, huh?
He showed up here last when that new rock was opening up, and he left like I don't know what we did for him. He might have gotten some, a little bit of help, a little bit of accompaniment while he was in San Antonio. But he left like, have you been down to San Antonio? They got something cooking down there.
We got down here. We got some girls that.
Yeah,
he could lay on top of, and there's still room.
I'm just saying that we have his type. You know what I mean? So he might very well be moving here after the good news. I think we can name him Michelle too.
Yes. Yes. But chimichanga. You know what? Let's go ahead and hear from Wendy about the idea of putting Steph Castle in the trade.
They're a big believer that Castle can be a future star. They absolutely did not want to put Castle in these talks. They were able to get this deal done without putting Castle in it. And I think also the key is Fox can extend this summer. And I don't think he goes to a place where he doesn't plan on extending. So they do this deal knowing they're going to keep him long term.
I thought all along that they weren't interested in trading Steph Castle, and I don't have any inside knowledge. I don't know anybody who works at the Spurs. I'm not like Rob. We go over to that rock, and Rob knows everybody. I don't know these people from Adam, and they don't know. They certainly aren't telling me who's important and who's not.
See, they tell me.
But just watching, it certainly feels like they believe Steph Castle's like the next
not stupid.
dude.
You know, this is the time of year where everybody's like, I could be a GM.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at that Maverick deal and go, I could have made that deal. But yes, it was a foregone conclusion, but there's still that worry that the Godfather deal came where you really are going to have to make a decision and give up something to get something. And thank goodness the Spurs had an offer. They had a plan. They stuck with it, obviously, and followed through without hesitation. And the only way you can do that is if you are firmly comfortable with saying no.
Yeah.
You know, and they sat and got it done.
Here's Bobby Marks talking about the Spurs and the restraint that they showed in the deal.
I give San Antonio a lot of credit based on showing restraint. The hardest thing to do at the deadline is showing restraint, especially for a player that wants to be there in De'Aaron Fox. And you have all these draft picks already to basically say, like, here, take what we want. I give the Spurs a lot of credit in this deal to basically get De'Aaron Fox, not touch any of your core players, and still have enough draft assets involved going forward where you are.
I mean, and that's what we're giving them all the credit for is you got the job done without giving up. I mean, I don't think even us who were like the Spurs can kind of lowball because they know that De'Aaron Fox wants to be here. If you had told me this is all they would give up, I would have said, no, the Kings would just rather suck it up and keep him.
I would have said this because I can't imagine this was a counteroffer. If this was the Spurs counteroffer, what was their first offer?
I don't know.
I mean, this is literally, okay, this is what we've got. And now that you know where you stand, call us if you like it.
Maybe there wasn't a counteroffer. Maybe it was just like.
I can't imagine that they came back with they started lower than this. You think that what could you have even begun with if you had started worse than this?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
So it appears to me that this was the offer, and Sacramento and Chicago went out and made the math work and called the Spurs periodically. Would you part with Sissoko? Oh, all right, we'll call you back. What about Zach Collins? All right, we'll call you back. Meanwhile, with every call, Brian Wright's high-fiving everybody around him like, okay, we're going to have to give up Sissoko. Everybody stay calm. Nobody laugh. Everybody act like this is serious. Hey, now they're asking for Collins. Everybody stay calm. Act like we love him.
Yeah. And it's like they want all the VHS players out of the film room, all the VCRs. I don't know why.
They want those.
It's a weird thing to
act
want.
Like these things matter. Nobody say anything.
Like we haven't used it. They're all full of we haven't used them. Okay, yeah, give it to them.
It's very odd to be on this side of a deal. Not like the Spurs are ever on a bad side of the deal. They're just never in a deal.
Right.
And it just, again, you get a sense as to why. Because it appears that the Spurs said, I will deal with you for this and only this. That's how they deal because it's so rare. I mean, normally we'll juggle some draft picks. We'll bounce some things down the road and trade some swaps and get some number ones. But for talent like this, the Spurs have always been, we only get what we want.
I've seen a lot, and Gilbert asked this, what do you project the lineup to look like? Like
this year or next year?
No, this year. Like how do you expect this new look Spurs, how do you expect them to roll out? Like who's the starters?
Well, De'Aaron starts immediately.
Okay.
There's no, you don't. He's not going to come off the bench.
I figure that, but
I think you have to have Steph as a starter. He plays better as a starter. I think Devin, Keldon, and Wemby.
I think it's going to be
maybe
I think it's going to be Harrison.
I was going to say maybe Harrison
Keldon.
over Keldon because of the way he's played it, but I think that's going to be the lineup. And I do want to start talking about potential lineups here because I think as we start looking, we will see the hole. There is a hole as we have about 24, a little bit over 24 hours, almost 48, a little over 48, quite frankly. But there's a hole that is going to have to be addressed.
And that's the other thing. The reason why I say they probably have to keep Barnes on instead of Keldon, because this also means fewer minutes for Champagnie. And not like you only got so many guys who can shoot the ball at all.
Well, that's why when the way this lineup looks, the 3-point is not going to matter this year. It's just, I mean, we're going to take a lot of them. They're going to be bad. I mean, that's really not going to change because we haven't added a shooter yet. But that's, with the 48 hours, and that's a small hole. That's not the immediate pressing need, I think. I think that the Spurs do need to be pretty active in the big man market, whether it just be maybe it's a G League dude they just find, but they need to fill a seat.
So now what happens to Jeremy Sohan? Like
he's a role player, bench player. He's I will always say great teams have Jeremy Sohans, good teams can't afford him. So you hold on to him as long as you can. I think he matters, especially until we get another big. He's going to have some added responsibility playing what will now be essentially the backup post. I mean, it didn't work out very well against Wemby. It worked out really well against Giannis and Milwaukee. It's going to be a crapshoot until they have a definite big.
Yeah. Well, if they ever have a definite big, which you seem to think that they don't like the idea of really.
Our definition of a big and my definition of a modern big and yours are very different. But yeah I think that there's a definite hole there.
I want an old big. I want somebody whose only job is blocking shots and rebounding and dunking the basketball.
I just want a big that has a lot of consonants in his last name.
Okay. That means
normally ends with a C or a Z
that means
or
those
an
guys,
X.
That means he can shoot from outside.
Something like that.
I don't need that. I
want a rim protector is what I'm after.
But yeah, I do too. But I like a guy who I'm okay with I can only score if I'm 3 feet around the basket.
No, I want buckets. I want something that inside out. Like I said, those guys that have an X, a C, or a Z,
that's
right
very
real
Euro.
close, and maybe a little circle above one of those letters. I want one of those guys.
I want American big. I want somebody born and raised.
No, I want a socialist.
Not me. I want it to be like I want him to be like his. I mean, he's only got one option.
I want a center whose first name is longer than his last. There's only 3 vowels.
Manute Bol
from a country that I can't find on a map.
Yeah,
that's the one I want.
Well, we'll see. Well, I do think there's a move yet to be made. I don't know what it is, but I can't. I mean, you said it really well. You got such a good deal here that you can't help but
you got some found money.
You want to go back and dig into it.
I do believe they have some found money. They legitimately
wild.
have a player or two that I don't think they had available to make a move with. So while Keldon and Devin can sit pretty comfortable, I wouldn't be real comfortable until about 4:01 on Wednesday.
Yep. All right. Let's hit a break. We will be back. We've got some Mellow Mushroom gift cards to give away today. So if you guys keep on listening, friends, keep on listening. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the big game in the Big Easy.
It's showtime. Let's do it.
And the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from New Orleans. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all the pregame excitement leading up to the superb hour.
This is exactly where we want to be.
From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all.
I like this kind of party.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Flight by Yingling, Circle Las Vegas, Smoky Mo's Barbecue, Synergenics, Testosterone and Weight Loss, and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from New Orleans, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Does it feel like you're lacking energy, always moody, or you know your libido isn't what it used to be? It could be caused by low testosterone. Go get tested. I recommend the providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments. They also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. And for current patients, Synergenics offers a $150 referral credit. Get started. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com.
Score big with LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin, the MVPs of the field. LS Tractors, the star quarterbacks of farming, perfect for tough tasks for farm, ranch, and landscaping. Dietz Tractors has your all-star coaching staff for top-notch equipment. They're not just selling tractors, they're building lasting relationships with unmatched dealer support for parts and maintenance. It's a winning strategy that goes beyond the final whistle. Don't miss the game-winning move. 0% financing available with approved credit on LS Tractors. Start blue, stay blue at Dietz Tractor in Seguin.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, it is done. I can't believe it. De'Aaron Fox now a San Antonio Spur.
We'll celebrate all weekend and starting Monday at 2, all the reaction. Plus, Texas Tech head football coach Joey McGuire will join us at 3:35.
Can't wait. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
Zoma, zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I want to do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Come on, Rob, you ready? Shake your rump, Rob.
I'm doing it right now. Kegels.
Check, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, baby, 1, 2, 3. Check, baby, 1, 2. Check, baby, 1. It's called the Rump Shaker. Shake it's like sweeter than candy. Oh, man. I'm feeling mad flavor.
Yeah. Is that what you're feeling?
I'm tickling you down around Delaware before can make the night complete, Rob.
You say a wiggle and a tickle?
Yeah, that's right. It's like a long, sharp sword.
Good God.
Since you got the body of the year, come and get the award. Here's a hint. It's like a long, sharp
way
sword.
too much of the lyrics to this average song.
I know the lyrics to so many stupid songs.
This is a stupid one to know.
I mean, this song came out when I was in like junior high.
No, I get it. I know of the time frame to know more than the first verse of this one. You spent way too much time. I'm zooming into boom booming.
I mean, this was a big hit in like
It
7th,
was.
8th grade.
What year was this? What was it?
I'm guessing it's like 1991.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that about right, Vic?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture when I bought it.
Ren says I'm supposed to rap it like Cher. I don't know how that would work. Here's a hand that's like a long, sharp sword.
She's a goat.
Oh, Rob, what fun you have with me, right? I mean, I'm guessing your previous co-host never gave you a wiggle and a tickle and made your night complete.
Well, you know. We see other people.
That's what it is.
Oh boy, yeah. Charles Barkley saying that LeBron might be a good fit with the Warriors. Like, so
that's the next question. How are these two alpha males going to?
Well, who gets the ball in their hand?
Well, see, this is the first time that somebody's been inflicted on LeBron. By all accounts, he didn't know this is coming. LeBron has always played with new dudes, but he always picked them.
This is unique, certainly.
He didn't pick this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works out. I don't know what the, if LeBron is cool with this, if he's not.
I mean, who would be mad that Luka's showing up?
I get it. Well,
I wouldn't be furious, but it is his boy. I mean, he's the one who went and got AD that worked this whole thing out to go get the ring.
Like I said, it's certainly different. Like,
I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think so
it's
either.
Gonna last. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron he says he'll be here after the the season is done. He still thinks of himself as a Laker, but I think once the sun comes up and he realizes the situation he finds himself in, I don't think LeBron's ever been anywhere where he wasn't the first requested interview.
Then I think we can all agree that the big loser in this trade is Bronny James. Because now it's like,
well, Chicago's about to get really bad. They might actually need him.
Yeah,
Chicago's plan might to go get Bronny so they can win like 3 games.
Yeah,
next
you
year.
might actually play for Chicago, Bronny.
There might be an opportunity here, veiled.
Yeah, I don't know what LA looks like. What I do know is the fact that the Lakers are now like the 4th favorites, or was that what I saw? Third favorite to win the NBA title. No thanks.
That's a crazy amount of money falling on him. And hey, man, weirder things have happened. I just don't see how it's going to work.
No, I don't either. They're certainly not winning a title this year.
And that plays into the coaching situation. J.J. Redick is in a very strange situation. He's going to have to settle in and help this team through a pretty, one of the largest trades in history. And they add in a guy that does exactly what their other superstar does.
Right.
You got that's going to be an interesting thing for a rookie coach. You got Mitch Johnson now suddenly saddled with an extraordinary talent. He's in a weird place. You got Jason Kidd, who found out by his admission right before the deal was done that his superstar was gone. It's going to test all three of these coaches.
Yep. It's going to take us a while, I think, to parse out what everybody's long-term goals are with this deal.
Well, we'll have a better picture Wednesday afternoon, but you're right.
Because it feels like I know what everybody's goal was in the Kings, Spurs, Bulls deal. Like on the surface, it's not real hard to figure out. The Bulls are trying to gut their roster. They want to lose basketball games and they want to save money. Okay. The Kings
had to win now.
They had to get back something that was at least close to what De'Aaron Fox is that wasn't De'Aaron Fox. Cool, you got that. I don't know who's better, Zach LaVine or De'Aaron Fox. I think they're both
same guy, do different things. Yeah. The same guy.
But they're the same caliber of player.
Same guy. 25 a night.
Like a low end all-star.
25 a night. Yeah.
They got it. The Spurs wanted somebody to be the number 2 guy to Wemby. They got it.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
The other trade, I don't know what the goal was. Like for either team,
can you fathom? Your general manager said, "We got rid of the most important player this team has had for the last 15 years." And I mean, since
Dirk left.
Well, since Dirk declined. We'll go back to the title. I mean, literally, he has mattered. He has carried the mantle. We're going to just move him. And you've got a general manager come out and try to explain moving him by saying, we wanted to avoid a contentious summer?
You got to convince me that,
what are you talking about?
This was going to be like the summer of Sam.
Well,
David Berkowitz is running around shooting people in the face.
Here's the deal.
Otherwise,
Well, here's the thing. I know exactly what I'm going to pay you. There's not variance. The rules are set. I know exactly how much I'm going to pay you. You know exactly how much you're going to get paid. Where's the contention? You just didn't want to pay it. It's contentious. It wasn't going to be contentious. It was going to be a 5-year, how much money is the max amount of money. That's what it was going to be. Now, you can say it's contentious because you didn't want to pay it, but there was going to be no contention because we all know Luka was going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fascinated by this. And I guess it's easier to think, again, I don't know what the Lakers want to do with LeBron now, but it is easy to think, oh, the Lakers have a chance to get Luka. Of course you go do that.
But they did not call the Mavericks and ask for Luka. I promise you the Mavericks called and asked for Anthony Davis.
Because the Lakers, most of the time you're getting laughed off the phone if you do that, right? I mean, who's making that call and say, hey, would you like to trade your superstar that's 25?
You'd like to think that everybody makes the calls, that all general manager doing their due diligence, but you just don't ever assume that I could just call and say, how much is Luka worth to you? And I've seen the meme floating around that O'Brien from the Texans is no longer considered the worst trade in Texas history. Well, it's pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah.
Because somebody had the nuts to ask. Seriously.
What's wild about that O'Brien trade is, of course, I thought, like everyone thought it was absurd at the time. Like
it turned out all right.
DeAndre Hopkins was clearly declining.
Now, but it was something you
could have gotten more than that.
Well, franchises don't do that with players like that. That was just poor form. But that being said, I'm not sure when the Cardinals called and asked the Texans for Hop, it was kind of like a giggle, like, how much for him? And they got a response like, holy crap, this could happen.
Yeah.
And I get the sense maybe the same thing happened here. Like, okay, Anthony Davis. Okay, really? All you want is Anthony Davis?
Okay. Well, they knew that Austin Reeves was untouchable.
Well, they did make that perfectly clear.
Anybody approaching us about Austin Reeves will be rebuffed, even if you bring Luka to the table, they said. Rebuffed. And sure enough, rebuffed. Now, but again, I don't know what the Mavs' long-term plan with this is. I don't know what the Lakers' long-term plan is, other than, I think the Lakers now realize that they know where their franchise is going to be for the next 7 years, which clearly when you have LeBron and AD, it's hard to know how much more juice is in that tank. You know what I mean? How much more gas is left, because it's going to come to an end eventually. But so at least they know that part. But I don't know what their next step is. I don't know what the Mavericks' next step is. There's a lot of confusion to me about this whole thing.
I'll tell you this. I cannot wait to watch LeBron stand on one side of the court and watch Luka dribble out the shot clock to about 23 seconds and not get a shot, and then kick it to LeBron for some kind of fadeaway three.
There is going to be
see how he reacts.
There's going to be a whole bunch of side eye and bro, what
for that?
What are you doing? Yeah, there's going to be frustration, and they're not on paper at least. They aren't a real good fit.
They're the same dude. They are the same guy now. They are both 6'8", on the floor, offensive dominant players. Now LeBron can do more when he puts his mind to it. He can,
his game's a lot more versatile.
And for a week, LeBron can be the greatest player in the world. He's just too old to maintain it. But his game on a nightly basis is essentially what Luka's is.
Luka's game reminds me, and this is why I have a hard time defending Luka as this great player, because I know he's great. I want Luka to be the best player on somebody else's team, because Luka has way too much James Harden in him, especially now that we know he's a big fatso who doesn't really care about basketball.
Remember when Harden wore the fat suit to get out of Houston, showed up in Philly, and balled out?
But their games are very similar. It's the kind of game that's not fun for me to watch. So I appreciate the talent. It's just not for me. But clearly Luka's a talent. You know, there's no two ways about it. And he's a talent that, I mean, got for a first-round pick and an aging star.
Well, it was going to be a contentious summer. It was going to be – they were going to say tough words to each other.
Yeah. I mean, there was going to be maybe an argument or –
what's the
argument?
What's the Mavs GM name again? He will be an unemployed general manager in 3 years.
This isn't a GM trade.
I know, but he's going to. That's the guy that pays the price. You can't fire the owner.
Yeah, but I mean, you agree that this decision is not made by a GM.
Well, I get the sense that this was done in Nico Harrison was done. This was done in such a small bubble that I don't think a lot of people knew, because they were afraid that it could get out for just for PR reasons. And because you couldn't seek the counsel of other basketball minds, because you were trying to keep it so secret, that suddenly you made assumptions and decisions that, quite frankly, I don't think were that you weren't informed enough. Because unless, again, I keep saying, unless there's more, you cannot justify what you did. There's just no way other than saying, I didn't like him. I didn't like the way he looked. I didn't want to deal with him, and I got rid of him. You got a problem with that? Other than that, you can't justify this deal. You can't come to me and say, defense wins titles. That's what you're saying. Yeah, you're right in the broadest scheme, but you need a lot more than that.
So Nico Harrison did say, we believe in our decision. We are focusing on building a strong defensive team. I'm the one making the decision, and ownership is supportive of it. You know that's a lie. You know that's a lie.
I can't imagine going, you want me to do what? Trade Luka, you say. Okay, can I have an extension on my contract before I say anything else? Give me 3 more years, and I'm with you.
Man, what a weird.
You want me to? Not since, I guess, when Kareem was traded from Milwaukee after winning the title. I mean, literally the year after, pretty much single-handedly, he took you to the finals and won a couple of games you traded him. It is just about unprecedented. Not quite, because of the things like Kareem, and Barkley has made the moves and some others, but it's pretty damn close, and only the Lakers worked out. The other ones didn't.
Yeah. Well, remember when Wilt Chamberlain got traded to the Lakers?
Well, he had to deal with Russell. It only kind of worked out.
Well, yeah. But it's like, guys like that don't get traded. It just doesn't happen. That's why we knew. I mean, Rob and I said it before the week even started, before the weekend was over. We were talking about, next week's going to be super easy for us. There's going to be so much to talk about.
Yeah, we talked about the Super Bowl,
and then we haven't mentioned that there is a Super Bowl this weekend. But yeah, by the time we got off the plane, we were like, between the Luka deal and this De'Aaron Fox deal, like, that's our show. That's our show on Monday. Like, we're going to have a 4-day week because Monday we're just going to sit and talk about basketball. And there's probably more basketball stuff coming as there's still, 3 days left before the deadline. So, I don't know, man. This is a wild thing, and you know what? I'm just going to let it play out because there could be some move that gets made that makes you go, oh, now I see what's going on
and
here.
I have to assume so because we all get in trouble. I know I do for saying being a GM ain't that hard. It really isn't. I mean, you can hire good minds and do the math and all that, but there are obvious and easy decisions to make. And sometimes you make difficult ones for short and long-term benefit. I don't see a lot here. I don't see the reasoning other than you can't just tell me I'm avoiding a contentious summer. That doesn't hold water for me.
The idea that people on TV, Charles Barkley, are talking about LeBron and how he'd be a good fit with Golden State. If Golden State was able to put the framework together to get Jimmy Butler, it ain't that much of a difference money-wise to put the framework together to get LeBron. And it could be a situation where the Lakers are just ready to start fresh.
Well, they got it. He's got his replacement in the building.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he's already here. No, it wouldn't shock me at all for LeBron to go someplace on the cheap. I mean, yeah, get rid of me. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go. My kid's already down in.
Now Luka and Draymond playing together. That who knows what that'll look like, but
I think that is as likely as anything else.
I think so too.
I can't. Well, it depends on what kind of good soldier LeBron wants to be. I mean, they have done him a couple of solids. Maybe they did draft his boy, let him do some stuff, and maybe he'll be a good soldier through the end of the year. Like, I'll play this thing out.
I want to know, if I'm LeBron, I want to know where I've got the best chance to win. It's probably not Golden State.
It's not Golden State. It's certainly not L.A.
Exactly.
I mean, those
two.
The
odds tell you it's a lot better now. I don't know how. You got a guy who's got a busted calf and an extra 40 pounds. He's like playing with Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, he hadn't even. Yeah, and the indoctrination of him. I guess I don't even know how to begin how those two play together, and other than pickup basketball, I don't know how you.
And remember, there's some guys who just have expectations of teammates, and some guys who don't often meet those. I always talk about how Chris Paul and James Harden were oil and water because Chris Paul is a hold you accountable kind of teammate.
Right.
He's a worker. James Harden clearly wasn't. LeBron is very much that, I expect a lot from my teammates, guys. And
normally he went out and got him himself.
Yeah.
These are the guys I want.
Picks everybody.
And this guy his replacement's in the building. And some of the attributes that Luka possesses, those aren't the kind of attributes that LeBron likes. The dribble the shot clock out, it's my ball until I give it to you kind of stuff. That's not LeBron basketball.
No, it's going to be a weird mix, if that is the final mix, which I'm certainly not convinced it is. All right. When we come back, we've got what do we always do on Monday at 8:30? We look at who the big losers are. I think we know who some of them are. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about attorney John Hicks and the John Hicks Law Firm. John Hicks is one of us, friends. He's just a regular guy, just like you and me. He's a 6-year Marine, so he's a veteran. He's 2 decades in the San Antonio Fire Department, not afraid to get his hands dirty. This isn't some silver spoon, fancy pants lawyer, but he does know he's keyed in on what he's working with. He is working for families. He is working to save you money because, listen, anytime you're going through family drama, whether it be a divorce, custody battle, whatever the case, child support, you don't know what it's going to cost you, and that can be a scary thing. Well, you don't know what your lawyer is going to cost you either because you give that retainer, and then he chews it up. You don't know when he's working, exactly what he's doing. It's not how it works with John Hicks. Flat fee work. He'll represent you from beginning to end. He'll tell you exactly what this is going to cost you to this. That's what you pay, and that's what he does. And he has a payment plan if you need that too. Not a lot of lawyers are coming to you and say, hey, we got a payment plan if you need it. Guys, whether you're dealing with a divorce, your custody battle, whatever family drama you've got, you need someone on your side who understands your plight, and that's where John Hicks comes in. jhickslawfirm.com if you want to go check it out. That's jhickslawfirm.com, or give him a call. There's a free consultation, 210-985-8330. That's John Hicks and the Hicks Law Firm.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We just cleared that trouble spot in Schertz, 35 northbound before Schertz Parkway. Now with the combination of rush hour, you still might notice some delays. But the good news is that wreck is clear, a little slow from Judson. Also cleared the wreck 35 southbound approaching Splashtown. We've got a wreck at 35 southbound George Beach off to the shoulder and another at I-10 westbound just past Zool Road. That wreck blocks the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Hey, it's James Pledger. Have you played Pick 6 from DraftKings? Well, you better get on it. It's Super Bowl 59, the last time to play NFL Pick 6 this season. As the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, DraftKings does fantasy sports like nobody else. Play for better payouts on Pick 6. It's super easy to get started. Just select 2 or more players, choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like touchdowns, yardage, sacks, and more. And DraftKings is making it even sweeter for first-timers. New Pick 6 customers play $5 to get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award is non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on 1 and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Was it you that told me this guy died?
This
singer
guy?
from Smash Mouth?
I think he did. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I never heard about that, but I think were we in the casino or something, and a song was playing, and you were like, "Oh, this guy died."
No, he's died a while back.
Oh,
it's been in the last couple of years.
I just found out in like the last couple days that he died.
Normally, the way I find out musicians have died happened last night. The in memoriam at the end. I was like, "Oh man, that dude died."
He died.
That sucks.
Wait, Elvis? What?
Wait, what?
Tupac? Come on.
What? Although, last night we did have a little tribute. I'm just, you can outlive some of the negative stuff. I saw, they had this whole Michael Jackson thing going on last night, and I'm kind of like, it's only been about 15 years, and there's some untidy stuff from Michael's past.
You know what, though? I mean, we are a society that generally
total freaking pedophile, but we can go out and celebrate last night. It was fun.
I mean.
But watching the chick do the moonwalk, I was like, remember, he was moonwalking away from the pedophile charges. Remember that?
Dude, let's also remember that, like, is there anyone more revered than Kobe Bryant now that he died?
Well,
like, rape,
what's a little
schmape.
rape? What's a little rape between friends?
Rape, schmape.
So, yeah, I mean, you get a second act. I didn't want to.
But
divert the show, but
once
I was like, wow,
once people die, we think of them differently.
We really kind of celebrate. But yeah, the dude from Smash Mouth, he didn't make it.
R.I.P. Man.
Sorry.
R.I.P. I mean, was he a great big fat person?
He wasn't a svelte cat. He hadn't met Dr. Torres.
Was he a great big fat person? I think I remember seeing him.
You know what? That dude is a star of Dexter.
The guy that played
stepfather, yeah.
Buffalo Bill, James Gum.
Yeah, he's Dexter's dad.
Don't you hurt my dog, bitch! You let my dog go.
The lotion in the basket.
Don't you hurt my dog!
It puts the lotion in the basket.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Would you? I would.
I'd do me.
Would you? I would. Best thing to ever do in a men's locker room is tuck and walk around.
And then do this.
That's been done a million times since that came out. And I know I have.
That's awful.
The tuck and turn.
Now listen. If you're a high school kid, don't do that now because
that hurts.
no one your age has seen the movie and they won't get it.
They won't get it. But anybody who has, just tuck and turn.
People my age, they got it.
You'll freak out everybody in the locker room, and then we'll all do it.
Yeah, people my age got it. Now, if you're in a locker room setting, nobody knows Silence of the Lambs, so they're not going to get it. They're going to be like, "What the hell?"
And if you haven't, show your wife.
If
you haven't done that for your wife, then you really haven't lived.
Nothing.
Would you do me?
Nothing gets you. Nothing gets you worked up. That's right. That's right. And he was, he wasn't that bad of a guy. Wasn't that bad of a guy.
He was a damn fine sewer.
Seamstress?
The guy could.
A male seamstress?
A seamster?
I don't know. Sounds right. Seamster?
I guess you'd be a seamster.
He's a craftsman. How about that?
Tailor.
There you go.
Yeah, a craftsman and a collector.
What's the difference between a tailor and a seamstress?
I think that might be the word for it. No, a seamstress does
it's just like following directions, right? And a tailor's designing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then he's a tailor. I mean, it's hard to work with human skin.
That's true. That's true.
It took me years before I got it down.
Oh, how do you color match?
I mean, that's the most difficult part.
Color matching, very difficult. Very difficult. And plus, you got to find a great big fat person to work with.
I've been doing my research. I've been watching Dexter. I'm getting it down.
Oh, I thought you meant like watching people in your neighborhood. Like,
no, I've been watching.
Oh yeah,
too.
Mrs. Dawson.
You're a monkey woman.
She's got that Christmas weight on her.
I'll show you the meaning of the word respect.
Rob was sending pies to Mrs. Dawson's house, trying to fatten her up.
That's right.
Did you like that pie, Mrs. Dawson?
I got to make a vest. Can you turn around real quick?
You're looking real good, Miss Dawson.
That is horrible. I was watching Dexter.
He's getting rid of his big dumpster, and he's like, "Oh, I got this broken foot. Can you help me, Mrs. Dawson? Oh, no.
I was watching Dexter last night in the airplane, and there was a rather gruesome scene. And the poor girl beside me was like, she took a look at it, and she looked away. It was too much for her.
Ooh.
Gruesome.
What scene was it?
It was one where there's a whole bunch of blood.
Did you make eye contact with her for the rest of the flight?
I stared at her
Just
and
stared
breathed
at her
real
directly.
heavy.
God, there was someone
Do you
snoring.
find this exciting?
Did you talk like that?
There was someone snoring on our flight. Like, before we even took off, they were already.
God, good for them. See, I've got these new noise-canceling headphones. And at one point, you're on an airplane. We've all been traveling. You need some food that gives you a little gas. We're all farting on an airplane. I mean, there's airflow.
I don't do that.
I let one
was sitting
rip
next to a lady.
Dude, I let one rip. Then I realized that I have my noise-canceling earphones on. Thank God. I think a lot of people else might have around me at the same time, but because I couldn't hear it,
You just thought it was silent?
No, I knew, but when it left that this was a rip. I could tell.
No.
Like, and I was like, and I stopped. I paused my Netflix just to make sure nobody turned to look.
I would have jostled something in front of me.
But you just because I couldn't hear anything, but I had the noise cancel. I didn't want to bring any further attention to myself. At that point, I wanted to be invisible because that could have happened.
Or you look at the guy next to you and go like, bro.
Well, I would have looked to her, the girl beside me.
Gross.
But I'd turn and let one
Did you guys
rip.
hear this chick fart?
And
Gross.
I thought the noise canceling might have disguised something that might have been pretty horrific. I might have just let something go, and I looked around like nobody noticed. I think we're good.
All right, Vic. Let's talk about the losers.
Where are the
That would be the guys on the aisle in the seat beside you.
Such a loser. You're a bona fide schmuck.
Time now to find out who blew it this weekend. The losers.
You bunch of losers! Look who's back. It's the loser. I'm going back to a better class of losers.
With AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, losers.
Hello, losers.
You know who's kind of a loser out of the whole Luka trade that it kind of went under the radar? When they asked KD about the trade and they said Luka got traded for AD, he said, Luka Garza? I said, oh, poor Luka Garza just catching strays.
Well, now he's the Luka that hadn't been traded.
Oh, my gosh. That was that just seemed like a dirty move for Luka Garza.
We'll start with that. And on a grand scale, the entire world is on flights to New Orleans yesterday. I mean, the sporting universe is squarely on the southern tip of Louisiana.
Yeah.
And their thunder was stolen for the first time, really in memory. I can't remember when the NBA was able to show up the NFL other than utter tragedy when Kobe died. That showed up the Super Bowl. It was the day I landed in Miami. So apart from that, the NBA has never been able to crack this little thing, and I'll be damned if they didn't step into it. Right on the cusp of the NFL celebrating what they are hoping is a three-peat and the crowning of a new GOAT. And the first 24 to 36 hours of coverage of the Super Bowl will be forgotten because of what happened between Dallas and the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, you know who the biggest loser in New Orleans is right now? Saints ownership. Did you see this story?
No.
Apparently, the front office of the New Orleans Saints emails have come out, emails that were never supposed to come out, that basically show that that team executives played an extensive role in a PR campaign to mitigate fallout from the Catholic Church's sexual abuse crisis.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea how deep this goes. By the families involved. I
know that the Saints ownership, Benson, I don't know how his wife is, but I know he was like very devoutly Catholic.
I want you to notice at Incarnate Word University, their football stadium, at Central Catholic University, their basketball stadium, the buildings at both those Catholic schools. Benson, there's a building at St. Anthony's Catholic School. It's the Benson building. They have been a arch and constant supporter of the San Antonio Archdiocese.
Well, they're supporting the New Orleans Archdiocese in ways that probably shouldn't be supported. Wow. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but my guess is that it's going to be it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. And there are people who are saying this is disgusting. It doesn't make any sense to me why the Saints would go to these lengths to protect grown men who raped children. All of them should have been just as horrified at all the allegations. The Saints told the AP last week that the partnership is a thing of the past. The emails cover a year-long period ending in July 2019 when they were subpoenaed by attorneys for victims of a priest later charged with raping an 8-year-old boy. And it said the team criticized the media for using leaked emails for the purpose of misconstruing a well-intended effort. No member of the Saints organization condones or wants to cover up the abuse that occurred in the Archdiocese of New Orleans. That abuse occurred is a terrible fact. We felt betrayed by the organization, says a season ticket holder who was abused by a priest in the 80s. It forces me to question what other secrets are being withheld. I'm angry, I'm hurt, re-traumatized again. So whether the Saints fans clearly not happy with this. It's a bad day for the New Orleans Saints. I can tell you, they are losers today.
That's awful. That's just icky and beyond, well beyond football.
Maybe glad we didn't get the Saints in San Antonio, right?
If they had, it'd have been that it turned out better. Iowa basketball, ladies basketball program, just a year away.
They're still playing college
No,
lady
they're
basketball?
really not. Evidently.
I haven't seen it.
You know, I hadn't paid attention to Iowa ladies basketball this year. Didn't really pay attention to them up until 2 years ago.
It doesn't exist other than the last couple of years.
You know, Caitlin Clark matters. She's huge in the annals of ladies basketball, one of the biggest up to this date, certainly in Iowa. But she's only been gone for about 8 months, and over the weekend they retired her jersey.
That doesn't seem right.
That's a little quick, right? I mean, why don't you stretch this out? Why don't we get a little career in front of us?
Although, I guess, what she did for Iowa basketball, I remember watching that final saying not one girl besides Caitlin could even play on that other team.
You'd think you'd milk it for a while, though.
Maybe so. All right, 1 hour to go, friends. Morning Huddle, 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Summer or winter Texas weather doesn't do anything halfway, and neither should your roofer. You need a local roofer you can trust. That is Stevens Roofing. You know, Texas roofs are not designed for freezing weather. When ice and snow melt, water seeps into the little cracks, then refreezes, creating bigger cracks. That means leaks or maybe worse. Don't wait to see what damage has occurred. Call Stevens Roofing today for a free inspection. 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Boy, Downy in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
What's wrong, Cupid?
Lost my mojo. These arrows just don't work like they used to. The facts are people falling in love thanks to Connecticut, not poor old Cupid.
You don't say.
Oh, absolutely. Look over there. She's got silky smooth hair thanks to a Connecticut water softener. He's got softer skin and cleaner clothes, and now they're all lovey-dovey. Makes me sick.
Don't feel bad, Cupid. You still have your bow and arrow.
I know a Connecticut runs on kinetic energy like my bow and arrow. There's no computer to break. A Connecticut has it all.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
You know, you're right. I love my Connecticut, too. My diaper has never looked so white. And my wings, oh, I look good.
Cupid, you can always come to work for me, but you're going to have to wear pants.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
When life changes fast, you need a lawyer who's been there. AJ here for the Hicks Law Firm. Attorney John Hicks offers unique experience as a veteran and first responder to give you a strategic, results-driven approach. Facing divorce, child custody battle, or a complex family dispute, the Hicks Law Firm offers flat-fee representation from beginning to end, so you know exactly what to expect with no surprises. Visit jhickslawfirm.com for a free consultation. That's jhickslawfirm.com, a local law firm with the national resources you need to win. The Hicks Law Firm.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We just cleared that trouble spot in Schertz, 35 northbound before Schertz Parkway. Now with the combination of rush hour, you still might notice some delays, but the good news is that wreck is clear. A little slow from Judson. Also cleared the wreck 35 southbound approaching Splashtown. We've got a wreck at 35 southbound George Beach off to the shoulder, and another at I-10 westbound just past Zool Road. That wreck blocks the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it happened. The San Antonio Spurs have landed Mr. Fox. De'Aaron Fox, now a San Antonio Spur. The deal done with the Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls. The Kings will receive Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls, guard Sidi Sissoko from the Spurs, 3 first-round picks, Charlotte's, San Antonio's in 2027, and Minnesota in 2031. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah! Wrapping it up on a Monday, 1 hour to go. Oh, yeah. Frank says, finally, Collins is gone.
Yeah,
that
guy was the sweetener on this whole thing.
I said as soon as I got here, I said, that guy sucks. Why is he on the team? Not anymore, Bubba.
Chicago's problem now.
Although we don't have a token white guy in town anymore, do we? That was our one.
Well, Minix is hurt.
No. Oh, I thought you meant Jason Minix. What happened to him?
Minix is day-to-day, but our other Minix is legit hurt.
All right. Riley?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want the only white guy on the team to be named Riley either.
Well, it'd be appropriate. It'd be about, is there a Braden? Can we find us a Braden?
My buddy sent me a meme this weekend of, it was that, Clint Eastwood on, what was that movie where he, like the kids with the car, Gran Torino, where he's kind of like, he's pretty racist.
Oh, yeah.
The Asian kids, and he's like, ugh, he's making that face. Yeah. And it says, Grandpa, when Aiden strikes out for the 4th time in the game wearing pink batting gloves. I was like, yeah, that's about right.
Aiden.
That's about right. Oh. I got to watch some baseball this weekend. My boy.
Hurting on the California boys.
Yeah, my boys' squad played in a big tournament this weekend. Teams from all over the country, or all over the West Coast came out. And
anytime a school named Harvard Westlake.
Harvard Westlake.
They need to be kicked in the nuts if they have any.
Yeah.
I don't know. A school named Harvard Westlake. You to name 2 schools that couldn't, the combined snootiness of a school named Westlake, and we all know that in Austin.
Well,
and Harvard, you need to kick their ass.
I looked it up to see what kind of school it is. And it's the school that Tori Spelling went to high school at.
Just one of those little ghettos schools.
It's where Jake Gyllenhaal went to high school.
So they got a gang problem probably.
Yeah, it's real tough streets. But you know what isn't tough? Their baseball team, because they got their ass kicked yesterday. 10-0. Harvard Westlake got beat. It was a weekend of beatdowns, so it was good. It was good to get to see them play, and it's funny. I had a bad break because my son. Like, he found out on Wednesday what the pitching schedule was for the weekend, because they knew they were going to have 4 games. And he was stoked because he was like, we're pitching against this we're playing against this Harvard Westlake team. And they're like, one of the top teams in California, which means they're one of the top teams in the country. They've got like 10 kids that are on D1 commits. And he's like, him and this other kid, Tyler, who's another D1 kid, the coaches said, you two are pitching against Harvard Westlake. So Jake was all pumped, and I was like, cool, what game is that? And he was like, it's the last game. And I was like, oh, real cool. That's the only one I'm not going to be able to see this weekend. So I didn't.
You had the video. We got to see a little bit of it.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit, but I didn't get to see it live.
Count. No, it didn't really count.
But I did get to see him. He talked his way into an at-bat, which he's been mostly focused on pitching. He hasn't even taken batting practice, and he talked his way into an at-bat and hit a double out to the wall. So he at least rewarded them for letting. He was like, my dad's here. He's not going to see me pitch. Let me go swing it, and he did. He didn't even he doesn't even carry his bat in his bag anymore, so he had to borrow somebody else's bat.
Yeah.
But
a bad craftsman that blames his tools.
It worked out.
You know what I mean?
But it was fun getting to see some ball this weekend and enjoying the time at home. Elsewhere, I guess we've talked a lot. We didn't even talk about the fights this weekend, which were pretty awesome.
Of the 4 we saw, you rarely see 2 great fights, and we had 2 really good fights. Not 2 great ones, but 2 really good on the fight. Showtime did a great job. The promotion staff did a great one, and 2 of the fights, the fighters came and did what the other. We had one. The co-main event was.
It was a dud.
Well, it was a dud, but we have to understand it was for a belt. Both dudes had a belt. They didn't need to do any beauty contest. They just needed to win, and they fought like that.
Yeah. So the first fight was a complete mismatch, and the guy got a standing knockout. The guy that looked big and scary and mean got knocked out on his feet. But then the second fight was the Pitbull Cruz fight, and man, that dude that he fought was as game as they come, and they threw down. Now, they gave Cruz won a decision. He won
he won the fight, but not by as much as they gave him.
The score was way more lopsided than the fight was. That was a hell of a fight, and the crowd was going crazy for him the whole time. I mean, it was two Mexican dudes. It was clearly a strong Mexican presence in the building. The co-main was not good. It was just a dud, and it is what it is. You're going to get those sometimes.
Well, a guy walked out with a unified belt. There was no beauty contest.
Nope.
Just walk out with the belts and you'll get paid.
The guy who fought in jean shorts and Timberlands won the fight.
Did you see the fight, Vic? The dude had now he had them altered, but he had Timberlands. He wore Timberlands
in jean shorts.
Jean shorts. They look like jorts. Yes, but the Timberlands had been turned into boxing shoes. I hope.
Yeah.
It worked. He won.
Kind of like them turning Jordan into cleats.
Kind of like that, but these were suede Timberland boxing boots. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up a photo of it. I'm sure there's a photo.
But I will tell you this: I left the championship fight believer in both fighters. I think Benavidez is a pound for pound the best hitter in the world, just about.
That was a great fight.
And Morrell, he could go up. He could add 10 pounds. He could drop 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Morrell could go any way he wants. That's a good young fighter who's going to be around for a minute.
That's Stephen Fulton wearing jean shorts and literally when he walked out and
showed up.
We were like, is he going to change?
I was like, is he really going to change his boxing shoes in the ring? No,
that's how
scrapping
in
these, baby, and he won. And the new thing with fighters, and I don't pay enough attention to the walkout, but used to you had to have you had to have your crew, and you had to have a snappy robe, and a dance and some great intro music. Now you have to have all that and your own personal rappers to come out with you.
Yeah.
Everybody came out
or
with their
a mariachi guy.
Oh, yeah, your own personal musicians. It's not just a walk-up song. You got to bring the actual musician to do it with you now, along with everything else, because everybody walked out with their own. Now, obviously, they were lip-syncing, but they had their own mics. They were doing mariachi a little bit of norteño. We had some rap. I mean, it's a whole other intro now.
Wow. Yep. So, but
good fight.
It was fun.
Fights.
I took my younger son to the fights with us. He had a great time.
Well,
he's a boxing fan now, except for the one fight. He was like, "Is this fight going to ever end?" Like, and he got spoiled because
that Pitbull fight was
fight was so good, and he was like, "This is incredible." He's like, "I don't know why I don't watch boxing with you all the time." And then that fight happened, and he was like, "I hope the main event's going to be better than this." The main event was so good, so competitive. Two unbeaten dudes, and it was that was a fight, man. So great time. Thanks to PBC for having us out there. We had a great time out at the MGM and New York, and of course at T-Mobile. So always appreciate the opportunity to go out there and cover those fights. Really good show. There is an NFL game this weekend. I don't know if anybody's aware of that, but they're
Check the tape. 9-10 on Super Bowl Monday. We will address the biggest sporting event in this part of the world.
Apparently, the AFC champion and the NFC champion are set to meet, even though AFC and NFC played yesterday. The NFC getting a 76-63 win in the Pro Bowl thing.
Whatever the hell that was.
I don't know what the hell it was, quite frankly. But what a match it was.
The best thing that came out of yesterday, did you see Manning's son, Marshall Manning, throwing dimes? Can I go ahead and draft him? Is it too, like, D1 teams can offer right now, right?
He looks just
Can I just go ahead and draft his rights? I mean, the class of 2030. Did you seriously go watch some video of this cat? He looks like his dad. He's already throwing. He looks like 12. I mean,
well, might be time to jump on it.
Marshall Manning.
Marshall Manning.
I think that was his name.
Is he better than Arch?
Oh, we saw him. He was throwing 15 yards out, throwing dimes at 12.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well,
it's in the blood.
Good for him. Yeah, it's weird because nobody's really talking about the NFL, and maybe I'm sure that'll change as the week goes on.
Oh, it's going to hit. We took that week off. What went on over the weekend is just silly. And then, let's not kid ourselves, the NBA usurped the NFL. They took all the air out of the room, and it'll maintain that way today and probably through into Wednesday, because I think there's still some more expectations. But starting Wednesday afternoon after the trade deadline's done, it's going to be the NFL will take over its rightful place.
I think you're probably right. So And we'll talk, obviously, as the week goes on. We'll talk more and more football as the week goes on.
Boys are going to be on the ground.
Speaking of football, did you see that the Las Vegas Raiders got a new offensive coordinator?
I saw they pulled somebody off the woodpile.
They poached Chip Kelly from Ohio State. Chip Kelly going back to the NFL.
I think that's a good get.
I think
I do.
Chip Kelly, Pete Kelly, the Raiders are hiring serious football people.
You know what? Finally, I agree with that.
It is. These are like adult hires. And I know it's not sexy. Like Pete Carroll is not a sexy name at this point. Chip Kelly's not a sexy name at this point in his career. But these are guys who know football and like don't want to deal with Chip Kelly quit his job as a college football head coach because he didn't want to deal with nonsense. He wanted to coach football.
You hit it right there. They have no aspirations other than let's get this team good. There's no long-term, I want to be a head coach, I want to be GM.
Man.
They're going to do their jobs. It's a good hire. And both of them, not so much Chip Kelly, but Pete Carroll got hired to be fired. He knows this isn't a long-term gig. Just do a good job, do exactly what the owners want, get your team better. I think the Vegas, of all the teams in the offseason, nominal moves that have done the most good.
Pete Carroll said this: we want ball people. We want guys that love the game. Also, it's important to find people that can help us grow and challenge us. And I know in my history, I need people to keep me on track. As you can tell, I get pretty juiced up, and I'm going to get going. I need people to keep me balanced. And Chip Kelly's a good guy to keep. He's not an overly emotional guy. Like he's a ball guy. I like this, man.
And I also like the way, when you look at Chip Kelly's career, how he has adjusted with the times.
Yeah.
The kind of game he coaches now is not the game that he coached when he was in Philly. It's not the game he coached when he was at Oregon. I mean, he has matured with the times, and everywhere his quarterbacks have been good.
Yep. All right, let's hit a break. Actually, you know what? Before we hit a break, I know I'm going to reward the Brigade Bar today with the Mellow Mushroom gift card. Mellow Mushroom, it's a Mellow Monday, so we've got a $50 gift card. And because there was a lot of people listening on the Brigade Bar, a lot of people. Although, how many likes did we get? Not as many as I wanted, I don't think. Yeah. Nobody wanted to give us that thumbs up, I see. But that's all right. I'm going to reward them anyway because they listened today. We were well up into the triple digits as the show was going. So I'm going to what's a good question? What's something that we could talk about today?
You in trouble for something?
Oh yeah. First person to post what I'm in trouble with my wife for, which by the way I guessed correctly. You win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. First one to put it on the Brigade Bar, you are the winner. We'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we just cleared the accident downtown. 35 northbound off-ramp to Cesar Chavez had a couple of lanes tied up. That is now completely clear. 1604 eastbound Judson Road, that's a stall. It's off to the shoulder. And on the far east side of town on I-10, westbound just past Zool Road, this wreck is still blocking the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Super Bowl 59.
I like this kind of party.
The Philadelphia Eagles face the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday at 5:30. The Chiefs, led by MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes, aims for an unprecedented third consecutive Super Bowl victory, a feat never achieved in NFL history. Meanwhile, the Eagles, with a formidable defense and a dynamic offense, are ready to challenge the reigning champions. Don't miss a moment of this historic matchup, presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Sunday at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for Super Bowl 59.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Folks, there's nothing romantic about home repairs, but when your plumbing has lost that love and feeling and your AC is about to achy break your heart, call Quarterman Plumbing, Heat, and AC at 210-651-5899. We'll fix the issue fast at a great price with a servant spirit.
Joel, this is a special Valentine gift from me to you.
Yeah, but why are your arms red?
I got a deal on this plant for your office.
That's poison ivy, Nigel.
It's what?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business.
Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it, and will beat any print quote.
Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs.
No problem.
I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens.
Totally.
I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing.
I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
In a world that moves a million miles a second, Haagen-Dazs invites you to slow down and savor every delicious bite. Take it one almond at a time with a Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Milk Chocolate Almond Bar. Madagascar vanilla, rich milk chocolate, and toasted California almonds make this unmatched icon legendary. Whatever Dazs you savor, a snack bar or your favorite flavor, say goodbye to the fast life and hello to savoring the finest ingredients and the richest and creamiest ice cream. That's Dazs, available at retailers nationwide.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
I just heard the worst Bon Jovi impersonation parody type song ever from one James Fletcher.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was awful. Because you almost made my ear bleed with that, you need to do that for the public.
Shouting through the heart, and you're to blame.
You give offenses a bad name.
Wow. Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Looks like Noe's the big winner. Did he call in? All right, congrats to Noe. Our winner on a Mellow Monday, $50.
I'll say this.
To spend at Mellow Mushroom.
You've got a fair amount of the Brigade Bar on your side.
On my side?
Cards. I think they respect your...
I mean, listen, like, my wife's being irrational, right?
I wouldn't go that far. Man, you just about get out of the woods. Just if you just shut up,
I think
you'll get out of the woods. You'll be all right.
The talk was more like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Which is even worse.
Because obviously, like...
You didn't spend the money on her?
Well, no, but like, it's like, we've got to,
we're moving.
We've got...
Expensive.
And we're not living in the same building, so we don't get to discuss some of these things. And if you had been there and she'd seen your excitement, I don't think it would have been such a big deal. But
we'd love to travel more. And
baby, if what I've spent on trading cards has kept us from traveling, we got other problems.
Yeah.
That's what my response would have been there. I don't think that was the hindrance. The fact that I'm living 800 miles away from you right now is the issue. And we'll fix that soon enough.
Well, I think she's just throwing out whatever she can at me.
I think she actually was the voice of reason in this conversation, even though she started it. She also finished it, which is how most good arguments go.
Yeah.
You came out unscathed. You're not sunburnt. You're not bleeding.
That's true.
It's a win.
Yeah, no stab wounds.
No stab wounds. You're all right.
A Muskegon animal shelter is running a promotion for Valentine's Day.
Oh, Lord.
They had a fundraiser last year, and apparently it was so successful they decided to run it back. Heaven Can Wait Animal Haven will once again take a feral cat, name it after your ex, and then snip it in exchange for a $25 donation.
We have a feral cat society here in San Antonio, and they catch and release wild feral cats at Breckenridge Park.
Well, there's a wild cat outside. He's not that wild because he'll let me pet him if I give him enough food, but he needs to be snipped. His balls are like the size. I mean, they're like he's walking around with two grapefruits.
You'll get caught in the fence, man. You'll end up
He
hanging
really
upside
is.
down.
He's going to he's gonna get snagged on something, and it's gonna be bad.
There are some things in life I don't understand, and I get that
having giant balls.
Well, no, I haven't. I certainly don't understand that, having never dealt, but. The whole catch and release with feral cats, I don't know.
Well, what would you do with them?
I don't know.
You throw them in the oven?
I don't know.
You would throw them in an incinerator.
I don't know. I
think you would.
Don't know. It just seems kind of like I don't
know. Well, do you remember this coach, this soccer? I guess he wasn't a soccer. He was like the guy in charge of the Spanish soccer league.
The hugger.
He's a hugger. He's a kisser. He kissed Ginny Hermoso
at the Olympics and got a little touchy.
At the World Cup.
Oh, that was right. At the World Cup.
Right.
Got a little touchy, little handsy.
The kiss, which Hermoso said was without her consent, marred the celebration of the women's team's achievements.
It was awkward.
And sparked widespread outrage. He also grabbed his crotch in a lewd victory gesture while standing near Spain's Queen Letizia and Princess Sofia amid the celebrations.
I don't want to see that.
He is denied.
Hey, right here.
He's denied any wrongdoing, but was forced to resign and was banned by FIFA. He says he's the victim of a witch hunt by false feminists, and he said that the kiss was consensual.
And a man can't grab his nuts in celebration anymore. How far have we gone that I can't grab my crotch in victory celebration?
He's 47 years old. I don't know if this Ginny Hermoso is hot.
Don't you remember?
I don't remember what she looks like. She a looker?
Yeah.
Like 1 to 10.
A soccer 5.
Okay. So if we were the kind of show that rated women 1 to 10, she would be, oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's 34. Again, he's 47. And she says that She says that he's being accused of trying to coerce Hermoso to publicly support him.
Behind the scenes when he was in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. But he is facing a 2.5-year prison sentence. And this is what the prosecutors, Hermoso, and the Players Association want. 2.5 prison years and a payment of 50,000 euros for damages, and for him to be banned from working as an official in sports. And also, she wants a restraining order.
Well, if he did what she's accusing him of, I mean, if it was my sister, put that dude in a hole.
We didn't even have time to bring up Justin Tucker and losers because like 3 more massage chicks came out.
It's not looking good for Justin.
Yeah, it's not, man.
Just the sheer volume.
It is. You're getting up. You're about to be double digits.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I was a pervert, I would find one massage therapist who was like,
we could agree that this is your kink and my kink, and we're going to be kinked together. And
I know this isn't like a fun thing for you, but I'm going to give you a lot of money.
Yeah.
And every time I come in here, I want you to pretend like it's the first time you've ever seen me. And this is what I need.
And whatever he needs, they don't like.
Yeah. They're just not into it.
Don't Google happy baby pose, by the way.
You keep telling me that.
I'm just telling you, don't ever do it.
Let's see. Something's happening in the adult entertainment industry right now. Since 2017, there's a company called Strike 3 Holdings, which it is the parent company of internet brands like Tushy, Vixen, Deeper.
Those sound like the magazines I used to buy behind the gas station counter.
Yeah.
Blacked and Blacked Raw. Now, these are... They're famous for their high-end premium and paid content. They've got Hollywood-sized budget, critically acclaimed directors, and the network draws in more than 30 million visitors every month.
Critically acclaimed directors.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The best 3 minutes I've done all day.
They are also known as what's called a copyright troll.
Oh, so they'll do like the Star Wars knockoffs.
They turn threat of copyright litigation into profit.
Yeah.
They file massive numbers of lawsuits, and they often threaten individual internet users with enormous and unpredictable copyright damages. But the problem is these guys who are getting basically what it is. It's these guys who are finding a way to watch their porno for free, and because they're going after them, filing these lawsuits, the one federal judge likened it to extortion, because basically it's like, hey, you can give us this, or it's going to be out in the public that we're suing you for your pornography habits. And most of these people are like, well, I don't really want my wife or my mother or my children or my boss to know.
It's not so much the porn; it's the hashtags that go along with it, the very specifics that that we get into.
Yeah.
That's
So now we're in a they say it's like most of these cases don't work. They filed over 4,000 cases last year against individuals.
Yeah, sue me.
And most of them are voluntarily dismissed. But some lawyers estimate that Strike 3 generates between 15 and 20 million in lawsuits each year. Typical settlements reportedly range from 4 to 5 figures, but the company's never confirmed that number, and they stay tight-lipped about their legal practices. So here's the question, Rob. If your wife was going to find out everything that you watched on the internet and you had to pay $2,000 for her to never know about it.
I'm 40 years into this.
You just say...
She's pretty aware.
You call the cops.
Yeah, come.
What would your wife say, Vic?
Oh, I don't know.
I'd be in trouble.
No, she knows.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm a long way into this. There's not a whole lot about me my wife doesn't know.
Yeah,
and like
here.
none.
Vic's searches are like...
Yeah, I'm 26 years in. So.
Girls with one kidney. Ooh. Just looking for girls my type, baby.
Now, what were the brands?
Yeah.
Which one would I be?
Blacked Raw.
That probably wouldn't be one. What's the other one?
Tushy.
Tushy.
Maybe.
Deeper. And Vixen.
Vixen.
Oh, and Slade.
Slade. That sounds kind of on the other side, other team.
It's a little harsh for me.
That goes on the other team.
Yeah.
I think that's a good team, but just not my team.
I don't like blood. That's not my thing. not my thing.
If I'm bleeding, something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a plan.
Or if the gal's bleeding, that's not hot for me.
Well, no.
not hot for me.
Nope.
Finally, a teenager's been arrested. He is a 14-year-old boy who, this is in Michigan, by the way. He got himself a gun for Christmas, which
good for him.
That's cool. You know, hey, man.
America.
It is America.
Go do
Normal
good
around
deeds.
here.
Now, the problem with that is when you just decide, like, I'm thinking about shooting up a school. I don't want to take my math tests anymore. I'm going to use my Christmas present. You tell your friends that.
Okay.
That stuff gets taken seriously, and now the kid is facing charges.
Good for him.
Wow.
Yeah. Christmas. Listen, you got to be careful with your Christmas presents. You can't just use them.
Did he post something? Did he
No,
tell somebody?
he told a kid.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
I mean, I do think it's the right thing to do, but also, I'd be pretty mad at my friend if I told him, like, hey man, I got this gun for Christmas, and shoot my math teacher, and then your friend goes and snitches on you. What if you were? I don't know if you were joking or not, but like, I don't think my high school friends would have snitched on me.
I would like to think mine would have.
My clique was tight.
I'll tell you what, one of my boys is like, I'm gonna shoot up the school.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was in high school, I didn't take things like that seriously.
When I
We
was
didn't
in
know
high
it
school,
existed.
the guys, we had rifles in the back of pickups. I mean,
exactly.
that was not a thing.
That was
there were
totally
guns
normal.
there. It was not that surprising.
Totally normal. All right, let's do our last break, and when we come, oh man, I didn't even realize yesterday was Groundhog Day.
Was it real? Did Punxsutawney see his shadow?
I don't know. He
Six
did.
more weeks. Yeah,
So
6 more weeks. Yep.
Well, you can tell today.
I don't
It's
believe in
bitter.
that. I don't believe in that
believe it
mumbo
either.
jumbo.
What?
Maybe
it's
not
absolutely
here.
true. Are you kidding?
I don't believe in it. I think that only works in Michigan.
Haven't you seen the movie?
I have.
Over and over.
Over and over.
Just over and over.
Haven't you seen the movie?
Yeah. Haven't you seen the movie?
Haven't you
wait.
seen the movie?
Haven't you seen the movie?
Hey, so did Luka get traded? What happened?
Wasn't he traded yesterday?
Was that yesterday?
Here we go.
Is that tomorrow?
What the? We'll be back. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rise and hot!
It's the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway.
You asked for it, you got it!
Predict the exact score of the big game in New Orleans, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com.
I like this kind of party!
The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Deech Tractor. Score big with Deech Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, it's James Pledger. Have you played Pick 6 from DraftKings? Well, you better get on it. It's Super Bowl 59, the last time to play NFL Pick 6 this season. As the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, DraftKings does fantasy sports like nobody else. Play for better payouts on Pick 6. It's super easy to get started. Just select 2 or more players, choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like touchdowns, yardage, sacks, and more. And DraftKings is making it even sweeter for first-timers. New Pick 6 customers play $5 to get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $59 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award is non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. with daily use.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Does it feel like you're lacking energy, always moody, or you know your libido isn't what it used to be? It could be caused by low testosterone. Go get tested. I recommend the providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments. They also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. And for current patients, Synergenics offers a $150 referral credit. Get started. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
The best app for your big game party is actually on your phone. It's called Underdog. Jason Minix here from The Blitz. And Texas sports fans, good news for you. Underdog is available to play in Texas. The best place to cash in on all your takes during the big game. Be like me and many others playing the Pick'em game. And with the Underdog Pick'em game, you could win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. They've got all the leagues. They've got all the stars to choose from. Create entries with all the football picks or mix and match across other sports, and Underdog is the only pick'em platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. You can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. Underdog is the best place to play pick'em. Download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code STAR. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What is this song?
Manic.
Watch.
Oh, now I know. Yeah.
Another Manic Monday. Susanna Hoffs in her little underwear.
Oh, yeah, she was hot. Yeah. Had a crush on her in high school.
We all did.
Yeah.
I walked like an Egyptian.
Oh, yes, we did.
Guess I just won't get paid.
Get ready.
Oh, yeah. Just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. Although now...
Wish it was next Sunday.
Now that we're through Monday, like, I just want it to be. I want it to be Thursday.
Why Thursday?
Because Thursday is like when you can smell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd just soon eat it. On Friday.
Yeah. But I like Thursday.
Thursday's all right.
Because I like Friday.
I'd see, but Friday's better.
Because you got one more day.
Yeah.
Thursdays are good.
I'll tell you what, man. When you are doing the show from Vegas. And your show's over at 8 a.m.
It's a weird
It's like
life.
having a 3-day weekend.
It's a very weird life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I had one more story I meant to get to about this. The Texas Police Union called out a driver who had captured video of police officers doing donuts in a parking lot in Houston went in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. You know what? I don't have a problem with that at all.
Heyman Brown posted on Facebook an unidentified Houston officer doing donuts in an empty parking lot. And he said, man, look at HPD here. They're out here doing donuts, man. They got nothing else better to do.
Yeah. It's not the best look, but it ain't fireable.
After Brown made the post, the Houston Police Officers Union fired back and pointed out Brown's traffic infractions.
See, don't mess with the cops, man.
It said, tag local auto glass repair companies. We're looking for someone who can help Heyman Brown get his broken windshield repaired. They posted a picture that he's got a big multi-arm crack covered in tape on his windshield.
Hey, HPD, thicken your skin up a little bit, man. Why are you picking on this poor dude? Just acknowledge the fact that, we were having some fun in the snow. It doesn't snow here very often. I don't think you need to worry about us doing that again.
He said you can get a fine if a windshield in the crack of the windshield is larger than 3 inches.
Yep.
And they said that he needs help paying for the repair since he didn't earn money reporting the cops' antics. He said, quote, he didn't get any Crime Stoppers money for snitch and tattling, so we need a good sponsor that can hook him up.
There's something. This is older than just these couple of tweets. This is vendetta stuff. Yeah. Simmer down, HPD.
Now I will say this:
broke and poor.
The whole story is like every time they say what the cops say, it says they jokingly called out a driver.
Very funny.
And it says, where's the next one? Oh, it says they jokingly stressed that everything's how do you know they're always joking?
Why don't you fix your broke ass hoopty? Ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know
where you live,
joking.
Haywood.
A Texas police union jokingly called out the snitching driver.
Snitches get stitches. Ha,
Yeah.
ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
I'm smiling.
Yeah. Then they jokingly said Brown needed help paying for the repair service.
Get your broke-ass hoopty fixed.
All jokes. All jokes. And then it says, I guess the union again tweeted, remember Heyman Brown, the hater that went on the news to run his mouth about police cars in the snow? Don't be a hater. Got him, the union said in a post on January 26th. So
the HPD union does not play, man. They keep receipts.
Yeah, clearly. Now they did have a video of him riding on the roof of a car, which
is that illegal?
Yeah, I think so. You know when this is the where this happens the most? Have you ever been in Austin for the Texas relays?
Oh, yeah, but why would people be riding on cars?
Well, that's a great question. I don't know
it's
the
just
answer
a bunch
to
of high
it.
school kids.
It is, but it is like it turns into like this weird party where everybody's like, the windows are down. They stop in the middle of the highway, and it's like
of all
cranking music and climbing, like riding the car. It's wild.
In my high school career, I was not a track athlete, although I participated. I was not an athlete, a track athlete. I was an athletic supporter. Track meets are the best. Track meets were the best high school event.
Well, because they're co-ed.
Co-ed, normally go for 2 days.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to track
That
meets.
is the best.
Oh, so I can see how that would have happened.
All right, let's we got to get to the daily lines. Let's do the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
I keep saying it, and it keeps not changing. Chiefs minus 1.5, total 48.5. This is where we're at, I think.
We'll see our first change on Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday's when everybody's going to start getting into town.
That's
People
when the
start
public
putting
money's
the
going to
money in.
hit.
I think so.
God, did you see the prices they are looking to charge? I didn't see anything for
talking about tickets.
No, I'm talking about like in Vegas, to go watch the game at like one of the sports books. I saw. I can't imagine what the Super Bowl cost is, but I saw, when I was at Caesars, I saw the pricing for the first weekend of the Final Four.
Uh-huh.
What's your guess on
for a full day?
So
do I get am I going to get a What am I getting here?
Hang on, let me pull up
Am I getting a table? Am I going to be outside? Am I getting bottle service? What's coming along with this?
You get a spot in the sports book to watch. Reserved seating for Caesars Palace Sportsbook for the first day of March Madness.
For that Tuesday. Or that Thursday,
Thursday.
$1,000.
Oh, it includes 3 drink tickets, by the way.
Wow, $1,000 and $5,000. $2,000.
The full day starts at $850.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
The early session is $550. That's the starting price. Late session, $650. But of course, if you want food, you want to sit up close, it can get way, way more expensive.
Back a long time ago, when no one had a bunch of TVs, when you didn't really have access to what we have now, it was worth it to go to Vegas to watch all the games on at the same time. But now I can get the same experience at my house. I can watch all the games at the same time with my different devices. And
You're right.
And up until about 10 years ago, that was just not possible. You just really couldn't do it.
I will say
now
this.
I don't see how people can charge and get.
It's annoying to me as someone who I never had. I mean, never lived in a state with casinos, but the last 4 years I've had status at a casino, and back in the day, those good seats were reserved for the people who bet the most money over the course of the year. Like if you bet a bunch of money on sports, you got a good seat at the sports book for the Super Bowl. Now it's
they'd rather the people that don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
You're going to take their money.
They want people who have a hook in their mouth.
Yes,
is what they want.
I'm not going to let you come and eat my free food and take my money.
That pisses me off. Like back in the day, you got rewarded for it. Now it's like they don't want you there if you beat them, which is very annoying. But I digress. God bless Caesars. They do a lot of nice things for me, but still. In the NBA tonight, the Wizards 4-point favorites at the Hornets. The reinvigorated Atlanta Hawks, who now find a way to lose every game. I like it.
Let's applaud
We
that.
like what you're doing.
We've held on to that pick for a reason.
Hawks +4 at Detroit.
Come on, Detroit. Jalen Duren had a good game last night. They actually got a win, didn't they?
Yeah.
Detroit got one. I like them tonight.
The Rockets. How about this? Rockets 6.5-point dogs in New York.
There's got to be an injury.
That's a big number, right?
Houston is the hottest team in basketball right now, unless something happened over the last 3 days.
Plus
and I have been in a bit of
6.5?
bubble. That's a big number. No way.
Here's another huge number. The Oklahoma City Thunder are at home against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well,
What's your guess?
Milwaukee lost again to Vancouver. The Spurs put it on Vancouver to Memphis. Spurs put it on them. Milwaukee's a team in crisis again. They're kind of. I like this number actually.
What's a fair number?
5.
11.5?
That's a big number.
That's crazy.
That's a big number. But what happened against Memphis? They're not playing well, and they're going in against SGA.
Yeah,
that's a big. That's too big though.
That's wild.
Milwaukee's
man.
too good to lose by 11. Although I watched Dallas lose by 43.
The De'Aaron Foxless Sacramento Kings at Minnesota. Timberwolves -4.5.
About
right. I assume De'Aaron Fox isn't going to play today for the Spurs.
I can't imagine how. No.
I would be shocked, but regardless, the Spurs +4.5 in Memphis.
So when do they come back? When do the Spurs come back home?
Like home to San Antonio or home to Austin?
See, that's a good question. What's home? Because we're probably not going to see De'Aaron in the flesh in San Antonio until March. A month.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to get press credentials to go see him in Austin.
See, what I'm getting at is Austin's going to get to see De'Aaron before we will.
Oh, yeah, they are. I think maybe we ought to go up there, eat some good barbecue, watch a basketball match.
I'm just so absolutely annoyed by this. I can't believe that Austin is going to get to see this guy before us. Now, again, a Judge Sakai, our county judge.
Get it together.
Come on, man. That's the very thought of the Spurs playing with De'Aaron and Wemby and all this great stuff. We got to build this Marvel thing, man.
Pacers minus 7.5 at Utah.
Utah's done.
The Nuggets 11-point favorites hosting the Pelicans.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Phoenix 5-point road favorites in Portland. Ooh. How about Orlando +3 at Golden State? You in the market to lay points with Golden State these days, even at home?
At home.
I don't know that I am.
Oh man.
My goodness.
Well, they might have LeBron in a week, so they can
suck
settle
right
in for
now. And interestingly, they have there's lines now for the next matchup between the Mavericks and the Lakers. Mavericks at the Lakers, February 25th. What do you think the line is?
Mavs 3.
Lakers -5.
Of course, the Lakers -5. Yeah.
And they also have a line for March 7th, San Antonio at Sacramento.
Spurs in 3.
Sacramento -2 at home.
Wow.
So there you go.
Although Sacramento probably is a little bit better.
I mean, I think they're about where they are.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting. College hoops tonight. Couple. I don't want to say a couple big time games. There was some wild results this weekend, including.
We're getting to separation week, AJ. We're starting to find out who teams are right now. This week, we will by next Sunday, we're gonna have a real good idea what our 1 through 3, 4, 5 seeds are starting to play in.
There was some weird results this weekend. Iowa State lost to Kansas State, who's like they got beat by like 20 points at home against a team that's not going to be in the tournament.
Yeah, that's a volatile. I wonder if I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Iowa
But
State.
that makes for an interesting matchup tonight. Iowa State is at Kansas. Kansas also not playing their best ball. The question is which one's real, and is the Fog Allen magic still worth the damn? Kansas is a 2.5-point favorite.
Man.
I think Iowa State's a lot better than them, but I don't even know. I don't know what to expect out of either of these teams. I'm certainly not running to put my money on either of these games or either of these teams because it's hard to trust either one of them right now. Virginia is at Pitt. Pitt is a 12-point favorite.
I like that.
I think Pitt blows Virginia out. They are so bad. And you know what? Incarnate Word mention, although it's not going to be the fun kind. Incarnate Word is at McNeese State. McNeese lost their first Southland game. I think they come back pissed. And poor Incarnate Word is just in the way of a bunch of guys that probably shouldn't be playing in the Southland, except Will Wade somehow convinced them. I think that they blow out Incarnate Word tonight. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Blitz coming up at 2.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a huge inheritance. But a phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard for a new one on us. Just trade in any phone from our top brands with select unlimited plans. $829.99 purchase with new smartphone line on select unlimited plans. Minimum $90 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees for 36 months required. Plus $830 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Trade-in terms apply. Payoff phone requires smartphone purchase and port in with new smartphone line on select plan. Must provide most recent bill showing payoff amount of eligible phone. Additional terms apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card.
One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds, and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.